Good afternoon, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Last night, the NFL Awards recognized several Buckeyes and Browns, but let's start with the NFL's most valuable player. LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford edged the Patriots QB Drake May by 1 vote to win the NFL MVP. It was the closest race since Peyton Manning and Steve McNair were co-winners in 2003, which is super lame. During his acceptance speech, Stafford announced he will return next season. For Cleveland, defensive end Myles Garrett won his second Defensive Player of the Year award, and rookie linebacker Carson Schlesinger went from walk-on at UCLA to the NFL's top rookie defender. For the former Buckeyes, wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba is the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, and Mike Vrabel was awarded Coach of the Year. For Ohio State Hoops, they scored a much-needed win last night over Maryland, 82-62. OSU faces Michigan on Sunday at 1. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at Division? Yeah, in the office, baby. Going out.
All right, here we go into a Super Sunday. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, the Loose Cannon. All good stuff for the next 3 hours. We'll get you ready for the big boy. We'll do some pressure cooker. We'll do the obligatory weather commentary and all that good stuff. How you feeling?
I'm just glad I'm here in one piece. 'Cause I'll tell you what, that drive in today, AR,
Slippery shrimp.
Ooh-wee. That was a rough one this morning, man. That was a rough one because the trek in, that snow was at its peak, I think, is when you and I usually start rolling in here. So I'm glad you guys are here in one piece. I hope, everybody listening had safe travels if you had to be out there on the road, because that was not easy.
Who knew we were going to order an extra slippery shrimp?
I got beef with Mother Nature right now.
On the first date? Hey-oh.
Leave us
sometimes.
alone.
Let me ask you this.
She's got to chill out.
Here's my theory on this.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's supposed to be 48 on Tuesday.
Okay.
So it's going to be like negative degrees tomorrow, like wind chill.
Of course.
And then maybe up to 50 on Tuesday, a rainy 48.
So we're going to hit the under on TLC's 15 and a half days. The snow will be gone by then.
I don't think we're going to hit the under.
Right?
I don't know when he did that.
Yeah, it was in a couple inches.
It was...
I don't think we're... I don't think we're going to...
that was last Friday.
I don't think we're going to...
Beat me to it.
Let me ask you guys this. Here's my theory. So I came in today thinking, it's like when we had the level 3 and Fish said, hey, my advice,
get to work.
Leave early and go slow. Really? Because I was going to leave late and drive fast. So I wasn't. And number 2, my theory on that it was worse today than the level 3 day. And here's why. We took the level 3 day more seriously. Blizzard conditions, we're going to get over a foot, all that.
Yeah.
And the other big part of this, and this is the massive part, nobody was on the roads. Today, we thought, okay, a little dusting, it might get a little slippery, it might be a little tough in the morning commute, but it's Friday and everybody's going to work. So the congestion of the amount of vehicles on the road this morning versus what you and I faced Blizzard Monday is drastically different. I had a much easier time getting here in a level 3 than I did today because of the...
No traffic.
Yeah.
No
and
traffic.
then we had the backstage pass. The media essential sports talk show hosts that have to get there.
Well, I guess the good news is, AR, when we get out of here today, I think we're done with the snow, Ron Burgundy. I think we are, and hopefully, they'll be able to get the salt out there and plow the road. That is my hope, because I'm just over this, man. I'm over it.
Yeah, it was too late to turn back. It's too late to turn back now. We had 2 different songs going there. That was good.
Wait, what were you singing?
I thought it's too late to turn back now. I'm not really sure.
It's too late to apologize.
Trying to turn back time, Rothman?
It's too late.
No, I wasn't going that route. I'll figure it out.
Cher was a big hit back in the day, huh?
Maddie was going Timbaland. I don't know what was I doing? Too late to turn back now. I don't know. Something way long ago. I don't know. Anyway, I think what happened is people got out there today to go to work because they didn't think it was going to be that bad, and then they didn't call off because they're on the way.
Yeah.
So
The Cornelius brothers and Sister Rose?
It could have been. I don't know. I've just heard the song. I didn't know who sang that. But my point is, on the Friday, on a snow day, most people would pull a TLC and say, I'm out. I can't make it.
I can't, air quote, I can't make it.
And so, but here's the issue. Today, they weren't expecting it to be that bad with the plows not out and the streets all slippery shrimp. And then they were already in it. Once you're in it,
you're in it.
You're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought most people would kind of pull it into a 3-day weekend if they knew that it was going to be this bad.
I wonder if the kiddies made it to school this morning. I wonder if they, because it felt like they could get in, right? Like it wasn't that cold, and the snow.
It's the buses.
Probably didn't start. They probably are already at school. And I think when the snow started to pop off right around 9 o'clock.
Yeah. We have a resignation that was fairly predictable.
He gone.
When Jim Schwartz, I don't know, got all hurt by the non-hiring, and then he packed his things. Here's a box to put your crap in, and we'll see you later. I thought at that time, all right, let emotions settle. Mm-hmm. Let the dust settle. You're still contractually obligated. You may want to coach. And you may just kind of, or you may be waiting for oh, Jim, please,
we love
don't
you.
go.
Here's some more money.
Come back.
Yeah.
You're the best. You're the glue to the whole thing. We can, and they might woo him back. Or Monken himself might be like, hey, I really want you on this staff.
Guess what happened, AR? We were here listening to the press conference.
That's right.
And Todd Monken.
This was all before that.
He may have made the situation a little bit worse, if we're being honest. If
I didn't take the job for Jimmy?
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for Myles Garrett. I'm here for Denzel Ward.
I think he knew.
I know, but if there was any chance left that Jim would say, okay, like you're saying, I've calmed down a little bit. I get to coach some absolute dudes on defense. Let me moonwalk off where I was emotionally. I don't think if I were Jim Schwartz and I heard Todd Monken taking that road, even though he did say he respected him and all that, maybe that didn't help the situation. But the news today, prior to us coming in, is Jimmy Schwartz has officially resigned. He is not going to be the Cleveland Browns defense coordinator for the 26th season.
Now, because he resigned, he's probably going to sit out.
Yeah.
Because he was under contract.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't they have to let him out?
I wonder if the checks are still coming in. How's that work?
No. You quit. You told him to take this job, and you know what? Like, that's it. But the good news for the Browns is, I don't know what the real legal ramifications of him saying, well, I just don't want to be here. I'm going to go to the Raiders, or I'm going to, I don't know if that's possible.
What loopholes are in this thing?
I don't know.
I don't know
Unless
either.
they negotiate some sort of a release. Remember, asked Schefter about, will they please release me? I don't know.
I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to want to free him to another team. There's been a lot of defensive coordinator positions that have already been filled. So who knows if there's a role out there, a team that does have an opening that he would find attractive at the moment. Yeah, I think you're on it. You sit out a year, you're going to be a highly coveted guy next time around because of a lot of the good things that you did in Cleveland. And so now this, shifts my mind a little bit too. Well, how do the star players feel on that side of the ball? I think we already got a clue.
Garrett,
how
Ward,
he was feeling,
and Schlesinger
and all those guys, right? Like, because this is a guy that they clearly enjoyed playing for, and the numbers show this was a stout defense, and they had to be out there a lot on the field. And so now you're Todd Monken, you're going to have to come out and sell that. Of course, you're going to love the next hire, and whether that's true or not, who really knows? But Jim Schwartz was one of the most respected defensive coordinators in the NFL, and it just sucks as a Browns fan to know that you lost a guy that was really good and a guy that your star players respected. That's always a big deal because the next guy coming in, that's a tough gig, man. That's a tough gig to handle, knowing that these guys may take a long time to warm up to me if they ever warm up to me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're great players, and they want to prove that it's them and not just the coaching, and it is the players. That doesn't worry me as much, but I agree change brings some unpredictability to it because I don't think they're going to want to not give the all-around effort because their guy's gone.
No,
I'm not as worried about.
I just think that's, for me, if I was walking into a situation and I knew, let's say you and TLC got rid of another host and you guys were talking glowingly about him and how much you loved him, me coming in, it wouldn't be, I think, very warm and fuzzy from my perspective, just knowing how much you loved the last guy.
All right, as long as you went to the work analogy, there are two things. One, and I brought this up the other day about, when the Blue Jackets fired Dean Evison and brought in a new coach, and everyone's a little more jacked up and juiced up and like, hey, I'm clean slate with the new guy. I want to prove myself. Guys like Elvis, other guys, maybe KJ, ice time down. Like, okay, now I got a new lease on life. Let me go prove to the new guy. Yeah. So I think there's part of that whoever they bring in, that these guys are going to play really tough for.
I know, but also if you're Rick Bowness and let's say Zach Werenski throws out a meme of how tired he is of all this stuff, that's something you just got to ease over. I don't think that's the easiest thing to walk into.
And maybe they'll think about that and they'll promote from within. Okay. And that way it'll be a little more seamless.
Jason Tarver. He's the linebackers coach.
Yeah, it's very, very possible at this point in time, especially with Monken. By the way, if Monken knew that Schwartz was gone, which I believe now he did, like he wasn't coming back, I thought he tiptoed around it in the press conference pretty well until he said, then he dropped the bomb if I didn't take the job for him. Like that was like, I think he had enough of it. I think he pulled kind of, like I said that day, a Norman Dale. I would hope you'd support who we are, not who we are not.
And you want to
he's not in the building.
Yeah, no doubt, AR. And that's, I think, the confidence you want to sell not only to your team, your players, but your fan base as well. Like, believe in me as the head coach, right? Like, I'm going to get this thing in order. Any sign of a weakness, if we don't have Jim Schwartz, just what are we going to do? That's a tough look out of the gate. You can't have that either.
You think the Browns are kind of slow playing this a little bit, that they knew about this, they knew he wasn't coming back? Because the last line in the statement is, our search for a new DC will begin immediately. Like almost like they were blindsided by that he resigned today.
I don't know what the communication was like between the two. Maybe they were holding out hope that he would come back. Maybe that's naive. I don't know. But, yeah, they got to get to it. They got to get to it ASAP.
They could have pulled a Joe Brady. They could have pulled a Buffalo. But I'll tell you, the bottom line results for me, while Browns fan didn't want to lose Jim Schwartz, I don't see a lot of Browns fans saying, damn, we should have promoted him because now we lost him. Look what the Bills did. They didn't want to lose Brady, so they made him head coach. I don't see that here. I just see them thinking, all right, well, we're moving on.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we could throw out a poll, TLC, from Browns fans to see
should the Browns have promoted Jim Schwartz to head coach so they wouldn't lose him, like the Bills did with Brady.
Let's throw it out there.
Yeah. We'll come back. Super Bowl Sunday. What kind of game will we see? We're on that next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the Fan.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Chronic pain can make life feel impossible, but at QC Kinetics, there's a breakthrough that's giving people real hope. Stem wave therapy.
It has fundamentally changed the way I look at cases after 30 years in practice. So when we talk about regenerative medicine, we're talking about these types of devices.
That's Dr. Tony DeCesaro, one of the nation's authorities on stem wave therapy.
Been around for about 30 years in Europe. Now it's really taken a real foothold. People are tired of just using pills that really cover everything up and they don't really heal.
This device is both diagnostic and therapeutic, helping the medical team at QC Kinetics find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response.
It's about giving hope, right? That there are options.
QC Kinetics. Harness the power of stem wave and get relief now. Your first treatment is only $49. Call for your consultation here in Columbus. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544.
What does it mean to live here, serve here in the Ohio Army National Guard?
It means I can attend college full-time and not have to take out student loans to pay for my tuition.
It means I can work my civilian job during the week and support my state and nation in times of need.
You too can live here, serve here as a member of the Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with full-time benefits at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Did you know that windows are your first line of defense in building an energy-efficient home? Yeah, it's true. Find out more by talking to the pros at Window Nation. In fact, you could get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get your energy-efficient windows with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. Act now and you'll even get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Schedule a quote now at windownation.com. Once again, that's windownation.com.
It's Super Bowl 60. And since we're the official radio home of the Super Bowl, we can say the word Super Bowl and not big game. So we're going to say Super Bowl a lot. Seahawks and Patriots in the Super Bowl. Coverage starts Sunday at 4 on The Fan.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
School secretaries, custodians, nurses, paraeducators. These are just a few of the education support professionals who help schools in Ohio run smoothly every day. We are so grateful for these educators who ensure our students have a safe ride to school, healthy meals, and so much more. Please join me in saying thank you.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
CLE QB reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Snow is likely in the early afternoon, becoming a little bit more scattered throughout the day. Temperatures right around the freezing mark and breezy winds will be possible. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches as we go into tonight. The gusty winds will bring our feels like down below zero, so it will be a very frigid Saturday. Feels like we'll still be below zero throughout the day with gusty winds. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan.
Hey, kids.
Anthony once did magic for birthday parties. See, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad. Back to Rothman and Ice.
Well, this would be a neat trick. I'm not here to tell people where to drive, but if you're heading west out of the city on 70, just turn around. Or don't do it to begin with. I believe that's the location with that traffic jam and the semi-jackknife and the whole deal. So I think if it's I-70 and State Route 142, that would be out near West Jeff. If I got that right. I'll try to confirm that. I don't want to tell people to, if I don't see it myself, but that's what I'm gathering right now, looking up on the tube.
Okay.
That is brutalness. First of all, going west on 70 out of the city's bad anyway with that construction right past Hilliard. And then you add this to it. This might back up all the way through the city.
Yeah, I know. So hopefully everybody's okay out there. If you are stuck in that traffic and you're listening to us, hey, we're glad to have you. Take us everywhere with you.
We'll try to ease you down a little bit.
Yeah, get you ready for a nice little weekend. Because I think the snow is done. I think we're done. We're done.
Forever?
For the day. No, I wish it was forever. But, yeah, for the day, I think we're good now.
So I've been on this game was bet up at the very beginning. So the early money may be the smart money. I don't know if what the late money is going to do because we're not at Sunday yet. But I would say when this thing opened at Seahawks minus 3.5 and was bet immediately up to 4.5, that was a lot of money coming in on Seattle right away because it was already over a key number of 3.5. So you add another point to that. But when you add another point to what is perceived to be a low-scoring game with two great defenses and two quarterbacks that aren't legendary, and then add the other part of this, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
So my first instincts were Seattle right away. Love that team. I think they're complete. I think Darnold has completely gotten over the hump of any real demons and all that. He's gotten to the biggest game in the world. No one thought that was possible, and here he is. Now, could he turn into a pumpkin on Sunday? Absolutely. It's not like I would trust him 100%. This isn't Mahomes. This isn't Burrow. This isn't that guy yet. But he's been playing really well, and I hope he continues to. And he's been really patient. I love the checkdowns to K9. JSN is going to be a big focus for New England, and why wouldn't he be? So my props might be going away from JSN just to see if there's other opportunities. But the key to this is going to be whether or not Drake May is Drake May. And what I mean by that is he going to be, you assume he's going to be willing to run and scramble and do what he's done. And that has hurt Seattle this year when they've played some mobile quarterbacks. But when you give a team 4.5 points in what's perceived to be a lower scoring game, it's hard to look away from that. And then the other part of this, Maddie, is when coaches get into the Super Bowl, and here we have Rabel in the Super Bowl, and certainly he's got experience and all that. Are these coaches going to be more conservative than they would normally during the regular season? The 4th and 1s in the red zone, not picking up the points. The 4th and 1 in your own territory, not punting. But that's regular season stuff. I don't anticipate that on Sunday. I think it's a much more conservative game because both coaches know they have great defenses.
I think you got to be who you are, no matter what that is in a game like this. I don't like when coaches in big games change the script on their players because I think it can send a bad energy through your guys, and then everybody can get tight. Like, hey, wait, we used to do this. Now coach is kind of puckering up a little bit. I think that's how it would hit me if I were a player. But I like your feel on this game because I'm kind of in a similar lane with you, man. Like, I really am. It's hard for me to see right now how New England is going to be able to generate enough offense against this unit, and especially when we've watched New England throughout the playoffs struggle with pressure. And this Seattle team is really good at doing that. They're really good up front. They can get home with 4, do some crazy stuff on the back end with the playmakers that they have on defense. And so the offensive line, like especially in that Houston game, you saw how Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson were getting after him, and Drake May looked like he was playing a little tight as well. But the Seattle defense not only can do that as far as pressure goes, but they've been really good against the run too. So it's not like you can really balance things out too much with your running backs and force them to back off because that brick wall's been there. I mean, Seattle had the 3rd best run defense in the NFL in the regular season this year. And so I'm with you. I don't think we're getting a lot of points.
Stop
in
the
this
scramble,
game.
And I think they got him.
If you can contain him, man, I think you're right, AR, because even at the playmakers right now for New England on the outside, Diggs is an OG that can hurt you in spots, but who do you really have confidence as far as pass catchers go? Travion, as you know, is a home run hitter.
But it's Ramondre in the pass game now.
I know, but I just don't know if you're going to be able to by 1,000 cuts in against this defense with a running back and march down the field. That's all.
No, probably not. The only way you can do it is by going heavier. And New England has done that. They've gone with 6 offensive linemen, to improve that running game. I don't think that is the answer unless Vrabel sees his defense really doing a great job with Seattle, and then they could win that game defensively. And that's where Hunter Henry comes in. You asked about another guy. I think he's the other guy. I do. He becomes critical. Diggs is going to be critical, and it just when I look at Seattle, and I won't bog you down with too much like analytical stuff or stats, but there are two defenses in the NFL that have allowed an explosive play rate below 8% this year. And they're one of them. And Denver was the other. And since 2010, which is 16 years ago, only two defenses have pulled that off for an entire season. So that's how good Seattle can be. And I come back to my original thought. If Darnold doesn't revert back to making mistakes, and he hasn't, and I like the fact that he's not putting the ball in harm's way, but he's rolling left, he's throwing across his body. There's confidence there. If they don't gift New England points, I don't see how Seattle doesn't win the game.
And Seattle's been good on special teams, too. Like, they've been making impact.
They have the best kicker in the league.
Yeah, they've been getting gifts on special teams. Shaheed has been making impactful plays, too, even as a wide receiver. He's had a big play over the top. in this playoffs. And so, yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold, I think, is a confident guy right now based off of what he had to do in that Rams game. If he came into this game and maybe it was Kenneth Walker really leading the charge and it was 25 carries for a couple touchdowns, whatever it may be. No, I mean, that was a shootout, right? He had to get up a lot of attempts in that game. So now, of course, there's always going to be that Super Bowl pressure and a little bit of that anxiety for all of these guys. I don't care how much you've played. Like, this is the biggest game the sport has to offer. You're going to feel that. But I just like where Seattle is right now on both sides of the ball, actually in all three phases of the game right now, too. And so JSN's caught touchdowns in the last 2 games. I think they've got the ability to move him around. That's a matchup I'm really interested in seeing is, does Christian Gonzalez travel with JSN, right? Because if he doesn't,
he has to.
He has to, right?
He has to.
Right.
If he's your guy,
he's got to travel.
Your best cover guy. Yes. He's got to do it.
Right, because JSN, he can go on the slot.
Give him some help.
He can go out wide for sure, but JSN is arguably the toughest cover in the sport right now. And so that's where I just think New England's going to be up against it, is because you mentioned Kenneth Walker, and look, Charbonnet was a hit for them, but we've seen now what Kenneth Walker can do within this offense, and they still got enough punch there. He's got a few touchdowns over the last 2 games. He's on a little bit of a
I like him. He's got a little bit of beast mode feel to him now. Like, you can really ride him. Like, I feel like he's got that. He's been good in the pass game. I'm with you on Gonzalez, and I'll just hint now, like, he's going in the cooker for me at 115. Like, I think that's going to be a big part of this for Seattle. Now, you know what I say. Trends don't pay the rent, but I'm going to give you one that goes against everything we just said, which is not fun to hear. So since 2000, favorites in the Super Bowl of 4 or more points are 1-10 against the spread in the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean they can't win. It just means they're not going to cover. The last 4 teams to be favored by at least 4 all failed to cover, and 3 of them lost outright. It's a weird line in a low-scoring game.
It definitely has a... My mind is there's way too many people on Seattle, but I've just learned my lesson when it comes to what happens up front. And we watched this New England team not handle it well up front when teams can get after them aggressively with a D-line or maybe an extra guy getting home.
No question.
They're just not doing well right now, and I just don't know if that's going to change against, especially a head coach in Mike McDonald that is a defensive wizard, if you will.
You and I mean, last year, it's funny you say that, because last year when we were on Radio Row, I remember every person that we had on, I said, okay, tell me why I should be going against Philly. Like, tell me why, because everything I see with my own eyes and read and all that and what I've watched, it's Philly. And they kept coming back with Mahomes, 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 Mahomes. And I go, well, I've heard that song before against Tampa. And it didn't work.
They got whooped up front.
And so I think we stick with our instincts if our instincts are Seattle. It doesn't mean it can't be a competitive game, and they expect a lower-scoring game. And if it is a lower-scoring game, then New England's certainly in it. Now, the people that are thrilled are the people that had the Seattle or New England ticket before the year, because Seattle was 60-1 and New England was 80-1.
I don't know if there can't be that many people that have that.
Well, New England maybe. Seattle
to win
probably.
The Super Bowl? I doubt it. That's got to be like 10%.
Because they'd be coming from the AFC, which would be a lot harder.
Yeah, because we were in the headspace of, it's the usual suspects with everybody's healthy. I know. But, yeah, if you have that ticket, good for you.
I wasn't as high on you guys heard me before. I was not high on the Chiefs this year. I thought they'd be sub 500 before the bye.
Yeah, you didn't like the schedule.
I did not like their team this year. But you're right. These would have been tough to buy a long ticket on, but they probably are out there.
Yeah,
for sure.
You brought up last year's game, and it showed itself, right? Because remember, Kansas City kind of had a makeshift offensive line. They were moving guys around, and what happened? I mean, Josh Sweat made a case to be the Super Bowl MVP with the performance that he had. And so no matter how great Mahomes is, we've seen 2 times now that if the dudes up front aren't ready to go and playing at a high level, he can't have his magic come through.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys. There are some guys on New England. They're going to have some pressure on them in this game, and if they can come through, then certainly they got a chance. We'll come back in 2 minutes, and the non-endorsement of a certain quarterback. You'll hear it next, Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hey there, friends. High Bank isn't just award-winning whiskey. They also make the best vodka in America. With 3 Central Ohio locations serving scratch-made food and craft cocktails, High Bank is perfect for date night, game day, or drinks with friends. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Michelin's up to $100 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Michelin's and save up to $100 more. See store for details.
Get Eco.
Eco is giving away $500 in free repairs whenever you buy a new water heater.
Helps restore balance to the universe.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
The biggest football party of the year is at Hollywood Casino Columbus on Sunday, February 8th at the Sportsbook. I'm Scotty Vegas, and the party gets started at 5 with a special prop show with tons of betting advice and prizes. Enter, win a helmet signed by a 7-time champion. It's a party everyone's talking about. Space is limited. The Sportsbook has massive screens, so reserve your spot at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Anthony once got Jack Nicklaus to quote the movie Caddyshack, so he's got that going for him.
The last time I saw a mouth like that, I had a hook in it.
Which is nice. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Let's go while we're young.
Indeed it is. All right, so we know that Todd Monken addressed the Shedeur Sanders as his QB1, and it was non-committal, even though I think he does like him, and certainly you have to like him. He's on your team, and you may need him. But I was good with him not committing. Like, it didn't, I don't think that sent any horrible message to Shedeur. He's not a kid that lacks confidence. We know that. If anything, it'll motivate him more that this job isn't yours. And by the way, that's part of coaching too. I think you said that. Like, that's part of coaching. Like, even if you think he is your number one, there's no reason to say it now in late January. I don't think you have to do that. Now, he could have, and I don't think I would have gone crazy the other way either, but I think that this is okay to say, hey, this guy just got hired. Yeah. Let him evaluate. He wasn't here last season. He saw it from afar. He's seen tape. He knows what he has. Mm-hmm. The other thing, here's the other reason you don't want to do that. And this may not make sense, but I think as an organization, you don't need to tip your hand any which way right now, even if you think Sanders is your guy. Because if you're non-committal, what that does is it keeps you live in the draft for anything you want to do, whatever. But if you start naming quarterbacks number one, it's like, okay, well, looks like the Browns aren't going for a quarterback. Like, I don't think you want a smoke screen to your QB1.
To that, yeah.
All right? And then the other part is, what if they do want to dip into free agency a little bit and try to lure a veteran in or something? Mm-hmm. I think you keep your options open, and why let that out on a microphone in a press conference in February or late January when you don't have to?
It's not something you want to do as a head coach, especially when you have the quarterback room that he has, right? It made total sense for him to play that card because there's not really a guy in that room as we speak that I think has really earned the right to be named the quarterback one in early February. That's just not where we're at, and I think all those guys are understanding of that. Like, how can you not be? I think you'd be a fool to just be upset by what you heard from Todd Monken, and as an athlete, it's just time to go. And it's time to lock in and prove to yourself and prove to Monken and the dog pound that I am your guy. And so I think that's what all those guys will be about. So I think we're headed into another spring, summer, and fall, early portion of fall, where it's these guys are going to have to earn it. What's going to be fascinating is going to be, Shedeur Sanders, is he going to get a complete 180 as far as the opportunities that he gets in practice? Because I know that was something that had to bother him. I know it bothered his supporters, the handling of that and how Kevin Stefanski went about it, even though early on I would understand why Kevin Stefanski would lean into the vet, right, and Joe Flacco, especially a guy that he had success with. I mean, Joe Flacco pulled him off the couch, and he won Comeback Player of the Year with you. So I don't think you were going to set the tone in the season with either rookie, especially because now we know what happened to Kev. He had to know in his mind that maybe I'm not fully locked in to be the head coach next year, regardless of what happens. And so that's just what you have to hope if you're Shedeur. Be in the building, be in the lab all throughout the offseason, grab a hold of this new playbook, get in there with your teammates and show them why you should be the dude.
Yeah, you got a taste of it. You got a head start, perhaps, over anybody else. That's good. But you do have a new head coach.
Yeah.
And no one's gifted anything. It's like I said, when a new coach comes in anywhere, I don't care how long you've been anywhere on the job. If you get a new boss and there's no preconceived stuff, and maybe you could even say that Shedeur actually has a little bit of a leg up because of the greeting they had and how he wanted him on the team.
We wanted you.
So at least you know he likes me, or at least likes me in front of a camera.
No doubt.
So publicly he does. So Denzel Ward is, he's got his own future to worry about here too as well, about how much he wants to be there, wants to be a part of it, or whether they do. But he was asked, he was on the Kay Adams show on Radio Row, and I think what's happening here is the headlines it's more of what he didn't say than what he did say in my mind, but he kind of gave the Monken endorsement, I'll call it.
Is he the starting quarterback of the Browns in your eyes?
That's not my decision to make.
You're a veteran on defense that goes up against him.
Yeah, that's not a decision made. But, we got guys still on the roster that, that is going to provide good competition at that position. So, looking forward to seeing that happen. And, let the best guy win. But I think we got a lot of talented guys still in that room that can compete. But he's definitely in a good position to get that starting spot if he wants to go get it.
I have no problem with it. I think.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, for him to play favorites now in the public, give Shedeur some credit. He started out as the fourth option. He was, right? If you think about it, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel was drafted before him. Yeah. And then Stefanski is either coaching because he wants to stay or coaching because he wants to leave, one or the other. I think he was good either way. Yeah. Honestly, I really think he was good either way. I think he was like, if things go south, great. I'm going to be fired.
Adam King said,
yes.
Things go south, they go south. But no, I think
if things go south, things could go south.
There's no question about that. And they did. And so whether you're under the microscope and everything revolves around the quarterback, I understood why he wanted to kind of go in his own order, Stefanski's own order.
Yeah. And totally. And look, if you're Denzel Ward, stamping a guy right now, he's a vet at this point. He knows what that would do. Denzel Ward's on with Kay Adams, and he says Deshaun Watson should be the guy, or Shedeur Sanders would be the guy. That that just creates a media frenzy that you just don't want. And so he's going to play it by the book. That was a very political answer from an athlete, and I think a lot of guys would say that, especially when you have the experience and talking to a lot of the people the way Denzel Ward does. And so I also think maybe rooted in that is a little bit of friendship / maybe even loyalty to Deshaun and him being there, maybe over time getting close with him and all that, not really wanting to shut the door. I would love that. He would never answer this. What do you think the pecking order is? What is the pecking order in your mind? Because I don't think Dylan Gabriel would be second on that list for Denzel Ward.
He's not the guy that's making decisions. That's why he can't answer that question. He can talk glowingly about all of them if he wants to.
Yeah.
And I think he gave a smart answer. I don't even know if the starting quarterback's on the roster right now.
Fair.
And Monken may agree with that. Mm-hmm. And so if they turn to free agency and pursue somebody else or get a different guy, I'm not totally into avoiding that. I do think you lean into Shedeur a little bit. He's off to a decent head start, and I think there's something there. Emmitt Smith, the Hall of Famer, commented on this as well, and this may have some bias to it, but here he is. He's all in on Shedeur.
Why not commit to Shedeur right now? Why not? Is it the right move?
I guess coaches want to make sure that guys know that there is no security in their position, and they want them to be as competitive and compete for the job. No one wants to hand anything to them. This is the way that they're treating Shedeur. But they handed it to Drake May.
Yes, they did.
They handed it to kid out in San Diego. They also handed it to the kid in Jacksonville. They also handed to Sam Darnold. They also hand it to other players. And what does Cleveland have? Absolutely nothing. So what's the debate? Are you going to give it to Dillon again?
Would you have named him the starter?
I wouldn't.
If that was you, you
right
get the head
now,
coaching job. They're asking you, yeah.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen anyone else earn the right to be that but him.
That's not a great compliment, but it's
imagine you're Dillon Gabriel and you hear that. You gonna give it to Dillon again? That's tough. If like a Hall of Famer.
What if she followed up with, what about the guy they paid $200 and some odd million to? What do you think of him? I think this has a tinge of, I've known this kid since he was a little baby. I played with his dad. Yeah. I won a Super Bowl with his dad.
Of course.
I feel like this has a little bit of personal stuff to it, and that he's rooting for the kid, and why wouldn't he be? I don't think what he said was off on that, because I believe the same thing, that Shedeur has the lead. Why wouldn't he? I think the X factor is just the Deshaun mentality and what that sends to the team. I think Deshaun Watson would have to really, really, really look good, much better than
for
both
sure,
of them.
no doubt.
I don't think you can go back to that and have it be like, well, we'll see.
Even if it's close, I think you lean with the younger guy, right? I think you nailed it, AR. Deshaun would have to be the runaway, clear cut. This dude is just back to being H-Town Deshaun, I think, for you to roll that way. Let's play a quick game, because you mentioned the free agent quarterbacks that are out there. You stop me when you would think that'd be a good fit in Cleveland. And to add to that room, Daniel Jones.
Not with the Achilles.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Russell Wilson.
No.
Marcus Mariota.
Probably not quite enough intrigue for me, but
you're kind of you're not mad at it.
I wouldn't hate it, but it's not great.
Zach Wilson.
No.
Tyrod Taylor.
That has some veteran feel to it. Yeah, that's not horrible.
Run it back with Flacco.
No.
Run it back with Pickett.
No.
Jimmy G.
I don't think so.
Trubisky. I got a couple more. Trubisky?
No. You haven't named the guy I'm waiting for you to name.
Case Keenum.
No. I like Case, but...
Trey Lance.
No.
No.
Are you and I waiting for the same name?
I think. I'm surprised he hasn't named it.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Malik
Carson
Willis.
Wentz.
Oh. Okay. I thought you guys were both going Malik Willis. Okay.
So I swear to God, Carson Wentz was good this year.
He was good.
Interesting.
And if he would have stayed healthy, my trade for JJ would have worked.
And it was so coincidental that JJ McCarthy wasn't listed as fully healthy until the exact moment Carson Wentz got hurt.
My guess is
silent benching.
If they do add a quarterback, it won't be a younger guy. It'll be a vet.
That's kind of where I was headed. Yep. All right, we're going to come back with overs and unders, probably Super Bowl style next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/free forever to learn more.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Attention, men. If you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a truck, if your waistband keeps creeping out, if your bedroom game is rated M for missing, you feel it, she notices it, and you're not alone. For many guys, this is ED and low testosterone. That's where Columbus Men's Clinic, powered by Men's Pro, comes in. We didn't copy men's health trends. We built a playbook since 2014. Labs in minutes, in-person care for better results, urology-backed science. A recent 54-year-old patient told us, I feel like I'm 30 again. He's crushing it at work and back in the gym, lifting like he did years ago. Oh, in his words, not mine, fun is back in the bedroom. I feel like a beast. Another guy said, they treated me like a person, not a patient. I wish I came in sooner. We have treatments that work for over 92% of men, even when the pills fail. And this month, when you start a treatment plan, your first month is on us. Call 614-300-7400. That's 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com.
After my accident, people warned me to slow down. I said, I don't know how. Thanks to my VA care team, I haven't.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One question I'm always asked is, how did you become the largest injury firm in the world with over 1,000 attorneys and $25 billion in verdicts and settlements? One way was our financial strength. Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. To prosecute a typical case costs up to $250,000 in case costs. We advance them all. Product liability cases can have similar costs with an army of lawyers on the other side. Automobile insurance companies have the resources to fight. Guess what? So do we. Many law firms simply may not have the financial firepower to work up your case the way you deserve. And we don't charge by the hour. No recovery, no fee. If you have a question about your case or wish to become a client, go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Buckeyes are back at the shot for a Big Ten battle with Michigan.
Live fan coverage starts Sunday at noon with a tip at 1.
Every game, every season. Your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
All right, TLC, lay these out. Looking forward to this.
All right, let's start out here. How many calories will Matty Ice consume between kickoff and triple zeros? The over-under is only 400.5.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of veggies. I see some carrots or whatever he's going to nibble on.
I actually hate carrots.
All right, maybe not carrots. I don't know. Cucumbers or whatever he's going to. Okay, I see some broccoli maybe. I don't see. We know there won't be any carbs involved. There'll be some sort of meat involved. There'll probably be a couple of grilled chicken breasts, you know.
You're forgetting my
plain.
favorite thing. Some of that salmon.
You buying some salmon?
Yeah, I'll buy some salmon. How you
gonna make that? Is that just you heat it up?
Somebody's gonna make it for me, a restaurant or something.
Okay, all right.
Know? So yeah.
So salmon, broccoli, maybe some.
I'm like probably salads.
I would probably take the over. I don't know how many calories all that is, but I would say, if you said what time to what time?
I said from kickoff to triple zeros.
All right. Well, the game's
now
not.
Now we get overtime. We might get the over.
No, because he's not going to eat after 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
No. It's no eating after 9. That's
okay, 9. I'm
no
sorry.
eating after 9. But I do dabble in some popcorn. Like I'm heavy on the Lesser Evil brand of popcorn. That's really
Skinny
good.
Pop.
Lesser Evil is the brand.
Oh, Lesser Evil. Okay.
It's similar though. It's similar.
Do you know that? I forgot to tell you guys this. I don't know if I told you guys this. A guy graduated high school with invented Skinny Pop.
Come on.
Whoa.
What's that network looking like right now? Look that up, TLC.
Yeah. Wow.
Give me a Skinny Pop network.
Yeah. And don't give me the gong. That's not me.
You roll with the big ballers and the shot callers. I get it. Man, what's that bank account right now? It's got to be popping.
Skinny Pop doesn't have its own public net worth. The Hershey Company acquired its parent company.
Andy Friedman?
Amplify Snacks. No, it was a different guy.
Jerry and Michael Eiserman?
Jeff. Is there a Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Eiserman.
Yeah. $1.6 billion in 2017.
That'll work.
The parent company.
That will work.
I don't know how much. I mean, the annual sales are about $500 million, if that does anything for you. All right, so I'm going to take the over since he added. I mean, I imagine that you'll get over. You said 440, 400 calories. I mean, what is the average human being supposed to consume a day in calories?
1,500?
No,
1,500, 2,000?
Closer to 2,000.
Okay.
All right, so he's
Average.
under that, I would think.
So basically,
how are we going to even decide if this even happens?
Oh, we were planning on following up?
You want me to live stream me watching the game?
It says the idea that we need 2,000 calories per day is a generalization. And sometimes a person's needs are nowhere near that number. Hence, my boy Ice. I've seen instances where someone is off that target by around 600 calories per day. But
subscribe to Matty Ice's OnlyFans account to watch him eat during the football game.
Salmon, veggies, and like a few kernels of
popcorn.
Low-calorie popcorn.
Yeah.
You tell me, are we getting over 400 with that?
I'm going to say no, because I don't think he's going to snack. If he snacked during it, like even a little bit, I think so.
A piece of salmon, a half ounce fillet or whatever that is.
He's not going to be snacking.
Is 412 calories alone. So I would say over.
He's going to be nibbling.
But I might eat the salmon for lunch.
Oh, not hungry. I'll tell you what, not that hungry. I'm going to save the salmon for later.
All right.
All right, you're official. You're under or over?
I'm under.
I'm over.
What's your, you got that pizza on deck for the game?
I don't know yet.
What's your snacking
Yeah, I'm
looking
not
like
really
for the
sure
Super
yet.
Bowl? Because I know, and I completely agree with you. You talk about that moment where you're walking down to your basement or walking to your couch, whatever it is. Like that.
Pizza's cooked. You're on the way.
You know what else is great with that AR2 is similar? Is when, like, you get a DoorDash order and you see the picture pop up that they've dropped it off. That walk to the front door is pretty elite as well. Like, the food has arrived. Like, that to me is a cousin of what you're talking about. TLC, what's your Super Bowl spread looking like?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I do not know.
Okay.
I'd like to find out. How many more years will Eli Manning have to wait to make the Hall of Fame over under 2.5?
I think I'm going over. I think this might drag out a little bit.
So he didn't make the cut for this year.
I think if it goes over, it's going way over.
Second year that he was a finalist without getting taken.
That playoff potion is a real thing. Like when you have a great moment or even a negative moment, like that medicine sticks with people when he's got those Super Bowl moments, which is huge. But you zoom out from that.
Okay, so I'm going to take the over. Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to
you're
cut
good.
you
You're
off.
good. I'm
The
with
only
you.
reason I would say that is because we already laid out what the class is coming.
Yeah.
Remember, this was a tough class because Breeze got in and Fitz, and now no one's going to take away that he's a two-time Super Bowl MVP. You're never taking that away. And certainly, I know it was the helmet catch, but he made a scramble to create that catch. But his total big picture numbers are not, quote, Hall of Fame worthy.
Yeah.
I've gone back and forth on this because my tiebreaker usually is this guy played the biggest and the best in the biggest game on earth. And that's tough to take away from him. But I'm going to take the over on that because he didn't make the cut in his first year of eligibility, and now he missed this one. And we got a really tough one that we talked about that class with Ben and Brady and whatever else is going to happen. So I'll take the over.
Okay.
All right, if you play Super Bowl squares, how many squares do you buy? Over or under 1.5?
Yeah, I'm over that. I'll buy 2. And the stupid part of me is like you're looking at a blank sheet and going, I think this is the square. Like, really? Like, just blindfold yourself and write it in there because the numbers. And I will tell you this. I had this happen years and years and years ago that it was the Giants Bills Super Bowl.
Okay.
And it was I had 2-0. And this is in the 90s. This is when 2s didn't work.
Yeah.
Right? And I got paid twice.
Oh.
It was 12-10 at half. And when Norwood missed the kick, I think the final was 22-20.
I got to be honest with you guys.
Wow.
Right now.
Isn't that wild? Yeah. That's the only time I remember because the only time I've ever won.
I don't think I've ever played this game.
Why'd you say this game like you didn't know what we were talking about?
Super Bowl squares. I don't think
You've never once?
I don't think I've
Do you
ever
know what it
played
is?
this game. I don't think I do.
What?
Okay.
There's a drop. That was like a Tyvus one right there.
Tyvus is a better one.
I don't think I'm in on this. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it.
Where you at, Tyvus?
Once back in the 80s, but I did not enjoy it.
But yeah, I think I'm kind of in the dark with this.
Played Super Bowl square once back in the 90s, but I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, so it's all about you got the vertical line and the horizontal line. You got your X and Y axis, as we say in the mathematics community.
My head is already exploding. It's already that's not fun.
And so you got certain point totals. So like he said, he had 0 and 2. And so, I mean, Rothman, did you have it for specific teams? Like the Bills would have been 0 and Giants would have been 2?
So I had the Bills at
0.
So maybe I didn't win twice. Maybe, I know what happens. My bad. I won in the first half because I had 2 with the Bills. If Norwood would have made the kick, the wide right, if he makes the kick, the Bills win 22-20 and I get paid again. Instead, the Giants won 20-19. So I got paid in the first half, but I was live for that kick.
Yeah, I've never played this game.
Okay, so it's based off the end of every quarter. At the end of every quarter.
You guys are grinding that. Sounds like some real work.
No, there's
100 square.
There's nothing you can do.
I mean, the commissioner
you know your
has to do
numbers.
work.
Like Maddie, the top line is, let's say, once they establish the numbers get pulled, the top line is the Seahawks and like you said, the horizontal line is the Seahawks and the vertical line is the Patriots. And then the numbers get pulled. And if your name, whatever number matches up with those teams, that's your second number, if that makes any sense.
So if he has Giants 2, Bills 0, that means anything that ends in a 2 for the Giants, anything that ends in a 0 for the Bills.
What do you win?
Money.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Every quarter. And usually the final's worth more.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's 17-7 at the end of the second quarter, whoever has 7 and 7, 7 and 7, there we go.
7 and 7. You want, by the way, you want to get usually back old school before these coaches did all this stupid stuff and going for every 2 and not, before they did it, you always wanted to have 7s and 0s and 3s. You just always wanted.
That makes sense. Okay.
4s are okay, all the key numbers.
Because you can get 14.
Yes, I've heard you can get 14. That happens. We're going to come back. You know what that made? I just had PTSD from our.
No.
Now, what if it was at 15, they were down 15, and we're going to go for 2? Oh, God.
No, please, no.
You know what you should do one day? I don't know if you could do this. When all of us are off one day, and you got to do like a best of show, you ought to pull you and I that day.
Ding, ding, ding.
And put that in there.
Yeah, and then do like
just out of nowhere. Just an out of context, guys debating on when to go for 2 or not.
Would you be shocked if I told you I already did that at Christmas this past Christmas?
You already did.
I did? I didn't even.
I did a month and a half ago, yeah.
Did you tell us you were doing this?
No. And then somebody actually tweeted at us like we were doing it live.
That's awesome.
You tell us that you were doing this? That's good.
All right, we're going to come back top of the hour, second hour, and the NFL honors their best. And they did it in a very awkward way. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better. Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My furnace stopped working. Your competition said it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life.
Get a free second opinion. Replace or repair.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye. Buckeye, night or day.
Hey folks, winter is here. The number one cost for everyone each month are those pesky heating bills that never stop increasing. It is time to take action and do something about it. Call USA Insulation today and get your home insulated with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. That's right, $99 a month. You can have a warm, cozy home that you and your family deserves. 529-2440, 529-2440 or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Ah, college. A time to broaden the mind, question, learn. A time to challenge the status quo. And eat a ridiculous amount of pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of The Ohio State University and the unofficial bank of pizza. Let's go Bucks! Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you a question. Has the insulation in your windows failed? How would you know? Well, one way to tell is if you're running the heat this winter way more often than you normally do. That could be a sign that that insulation has failed and you need new windows. Talk to the pros at Window Nation to find out what they can do to help. In fact, they've got a great deal going now. You can get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. And as an added benefit, you get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. Window Nation's windows use top quality materials and seals along with insulated frames. They're so incredibly energy efficient, you actually save money on your utility bills. And they're backed with a lifetime warranty, so you won't have to live with broken windows again. Take advantage of Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale and get an extra 10% off for Valentine's Day. You already know. Go to windownation.com now for a free consultation. That's windownation.com.
Tom's Garage Doors, Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors, Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Isaiah Jacob. Jim Schwartz has resigned as Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator after he missed out on his bid to be the head coach. The Browns announced their search for a defensive coordinator begins today. And then last night, the NFL Awards recognized LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford as the NFL's MVP. He edged out Patriots quarterback Drake May by 1 vote to win the NFL MVP. During his acceptance speech, Stafford announced he will return next season. 2 Browns received awards last night. Myles Garrett won his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year award, and rookie linebacker Carson Schlesinger won Defensive Rookie of the Year. For the former Buckeyes, wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba is the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, and Mike Vrabel was awarded Coach of the Year. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious? No, he's not from New Jersey. Back to Rothman and Ice.
Hour number 2, Rothman and Ice, pressure cooker coming bottom of the hour. We'll get you a full weather insight and analysis coming from brand new 10 TV chief meteorologist Chris Tomer at 1:17.
Okay.
So Ice will put him through the ringer on that.
Yeah, hopefully.
We should have had him in the overs and unders segment. When will spring start?
Well, Phil already told us.
Are you better than the groundhog or whatever? Like,
what was the other one? Chuck?
Buckeye Chuck.
Buckeye Chuck.
That's right. We'll find out what is your shooting percentage. Because what's his name? Phil's shooting about 35% from the field.
That might be a scary question for weather people. What is your shooting percentage? I don't know how comfortable that'll make them feel.
Well, most weather people lean into that it's the only job in the world where you can be wrong a lot and still keep your job.
They probably argue our job too.
They lean into that,
right?
What's that?
They probably argue our job too.
Is easier.
We can be wrong a lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but theirs is a little more. Theirs has more impact.
That it does.
People
we're just
are
giving
planning
opinions.
their day now.
Correct.
Some people might say, and we're not touting this, but some people might take some picks and put some cash on it, and we're not there.
Hey, Rothman.
No.
You
None
told
of
me to do
None of that.
No.
I only listen closely. I want to say what I'm doing.
Not what you need to be doing.
That's right. Did you guys? I did not. I caught the highlights of the NFL awards stuff. It's like every other awards thing. We're trying to make it entertainment. It's not good enough to just play it straight and tout all the accolades. You got to get actors involved and musicians and make it a fun night. And that's what they do. And that's what they did last night. And with that came a lot of stupidity and I like Tiffany Haddish. But if you're going to announce Coach of the Year, you don't actually have this clip, do you, TLC? Maybe
No.
you can all right. So maybe you can find it. Actually, I can find it for you, but because I saw it earlier. That's all. That's the only reason I'm saying that. I guess the good news is they didn't let her know who it was going to be, because when she had to announce Vrabel and couldn't pronounce it, the first thing that went through my mind is, well, if she's the one that gets to announce it, you could, and it's already done, you swear her to secrecy a half an hour before. You're prepping her and saying, hey, it's in the envelope. It is going to be Mike Vrabel. That's how you pronounce it. So when you open the envelope, you'll know how to pronounce. Like, do her a solid.
We're going to have a Steve Harvey situation happen. Remember that?
Well, Harvey, that wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't, but he got crushed.
Well, that was the pageant, right?
Yeah.
They gave him the wrong winner?
USA or whatever
Had
that
to be.
was, but he was getting cooked after that for a while. Kind of felt bad.
I don't remember that being his fault, though.
I think we found out in time that it wasn't, but I think in the immediate 24 hours, 12 hours after that, Steve Harvey was on the hot seat for a lot of people. If I'm remembering that correctly, I think he was.
See this suit? 80 buttons.
One of the best mustaches in the game, Steve Harvey.
Yeah. All right. TLC, I'm going to send this to you, man. We're going to do this at some point, and then you'll be able to. Would you like that emailed or direct message? I'm going to email that to you. That way you can preview it first to make sure there's nothing funny about it, and then you can do a little prep work on that.
Yeah, between the Tiffany Haddish thing, between the Drewski thing,
trying to say Jackson Smith
he's
and Jigba.
He's a funny guy, and he was trying to have a funny moment. It's just think it was a situation to where a couple people were doing a little too much. That's what was going on. And so when you are that person, you have to kind of, in your mind, deliver a moment, right? And I just, it just didn't land.
So when you find that, I want you to play that for us. Her announcing Coach of the Year, and the award goes to. And it's actually, I think she doubled down on it. I think she said it twice.
2025 AP Coach of the Year is Mike Vrabel.
Rhymes with gerbil.
Mike Vrabel is busy preparing for the Super Bowl.
Sure he is.
Oh, man. Vrabel, yeah, obviously she butchered it.
So are you with me that you would have somehow said, like, right before she walked out, like,
hey,
side stage, hey.
It's Vrabel.
Or, bring out Deloitte and Touche and tell them to say, hey, this is We know that no one's supposed to know, but you're walking out there.
Correct. Like, and I don't know how big of a football fan she is or isn't. So she
clearly,
if she isn't, right, that's probably her being genuine right there, right?
Oh, it absolutely was her being
verbal,
genuine,
right? And when you see that on the card, you can understand why somebody would lean verbal.
Mike verbal.
That's it. I don't know. That's more unforgivable than Goodell butchering Marcus Mariota's name at the draft. You've kind of always let him off the hook with that, but I think when you're the commissioner of the league and he went Mariota, and this is one of the highest ranked prospects in the class, and you've been hearing the name for months.
I'd have to hear it again to tell you whether I really, truly let him off the hook.
I thought it was a miss, AR.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it was a Mariota that old Raj dropped on us.
All right, second overall pick, I'll give you that. You got to get that one right.
Look, he made up for it, though. The pandemic draft, I thought he did well.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
With his sweater and his little bowl of peanuts, whatever.
Oh, it was M&M's, I think.
Yeah, was it M&M's?
Peanut M&M's, perhaps.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah.
With the second pick in the 2015 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Marcus Mariota, quarterback, Oregon.
Mariota.
That's tough.
Mariota.
Yeah.
All right.
Rich Eisen right there, Mariota. You could hear Rich Eisen saying like the name at the end. But yeah.
Motorola.
What did Rich Eisen say? What did Rich Eisen say?
And it is Marcus
Mariota.
So at least somebody said it.
Mariota. But yeah, for the commissioner, we got to lock in.
Automobile.
Not great. You know the top 10. You know the names you're going to announce.
Yeah.
That thing gets turned in. You got to, if you have any questions. Now, I don't think he had a question. I think he just looked at it and just choked.
Yeah.
Whereas I think he knows, but
we all have those
anyone can look at that and live and not get it, not nail it. He did not stick the landing, as I like to say.
Yeah, Raj is always in a tough spot, man. That is a thankless job. Being the commissioner of this league.
He's leaned into it, though, now. He plays it off.
Oh, the booze for sure?
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying, having to answer to all the owners, fans are never going to be happy with you. Look, the bank account, take those checks, but it's a thankless job.
I still think you ought to just watch Draft Day one time. I know you don't. I'm not telling you it's a great movie. It has some suspense to it. You can poke holes in it all day long at the end.
Okay.
And where the owner's all upset that he didn't take the quarterback, and then he's going to fly from the draft and back to Cleveland and rip him a new one. But it's
okay. Let me ask you this:
it's worth a watch.
You mentioned shooting percentages for weather folk. What's the Rotten Tomatoes percentage on a draft day? What do they grade that out as?
And the Rotten Tomatoes is the higher the number, the better the movie?
In their mind, yes.
Yeah, so there's a tomato meter and a popcorn meter.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the tomato is the percentage. Are you looking at a percentage?
Both percentage, but
I think the popcorn is like the fans voting.
Okay.
And I think Rotten Tomatoes is the staff.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What would in your mind tell you that it was worth to watch? Not a great movie, but
I would say
what percentage does Matty Ice need from Rotten Tomatoes to say, all right, I'll watch it?
80.
80?
Yeah, 80%.
Oh, you're not even close. It's 60.
Yeah, I'm good then.
Yeah, I'm about to say on Letterboxd, which is, Rothman could kill an entire day on this website. Draft Day has, and this is by fans' submissions, 181 fans have rated it overall 3.1 stars.
Okay.
All right.
Just, like you said, AR, it's a fine movie.
It's
fine.
I think it's different. It's Costner.
Yeah.
It's Jennifer Garner.
Okay.
Is the love interest in it.
Dennison, right?
Diddy. Yep, that's right. Diddy plays the agent of Bo Callahan, the quarterback from Wisconsin. By the way, that may be the biggest hole you can poke in the whole thing is the quarterbacks from Wisconsin. And then at least the linebackers from Ohio State, right? And so, but they pull a Geno Smith. He goes out into the alley when he doesn't get picked, like Geno did that in real life. And he's like, I need you in here, man. Quarterbacks, GMs don't like quarterbacks who panic.
Yeah.
I need you back in here. You're going to have to live through this.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back now.
That's right. All right, we're going to come back with Chris Tomer. Hopefully TLC has alerted him that he's got an assignment in this studio, and we'll get his feeling on the weather and a lot more. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Let's see. High school, Buckeyes, Browns, kids in the retention pond. It must be Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Football is good. The Fan.
Did you know that Tansky Sawmill Toyota has a Toyota certified collision center? They only use Toyota factory parts, and the cars are put back together by Toyota trained technicians. Don't trust just anyone to keep your Toyota a Toyota. In the unfortunate case of an accident, bring your Toyota to Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit TanskyAutobody.com to schedule an appointment, or visit them today. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think Tansky.
Take action and get expert service from Logan Services. Heating service calls are just $79. Furnace tune-ups are also $79. And plumbing service calls are just $79. We work in your neighborhood, and scheduling online is quick and easy. So visit our website to book your appointment now. For fast, friendly service, choose Logan Services.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. Zero issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported, I feel aligned, and now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more, I want to go out more, just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued, Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BAB to schedule your free estimate, or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
February is Children's Dental Health Month, so make sure you make an appointment for your child to visit an Ohio Dental Association member dentist. ODA member dentists are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and have access to superior ongoing education and training. On your next visit, ask if your child's dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association and American Dental Association, so you know you're being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Black history is American history, and this Black History Month, the Ohio Education Association believes every student deserves the right to learn the full story of the nation we share. I'm OEA President Jeff Wensing. In 33 years as a teacher, I've seen how honest, inclusive education helps students become critical thinkers and engaged citizens. This Black History Month, stand with the Ohio Education Association as we stand up for our students' freedom to learn.
Join the Fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Snow is likely in the early afternoon, becoming a little bit more scattered throughout the day. Temperatures right around the freezing mark, and breezy winds will be possible. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches as we go into tonight. The gusty winds will bring our feels like down below zero, so it will be a very frigid Saturday. Feels like will still be below zero throughout the day with gusty winds. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan. Matty is a diehard Reds fan. I mean, where else is he going to go? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it here on Rothman and Ice. So it would be really easy to bring a guy in here who's a new chief meteorologist on a perfect day, and everything would be nice. I mean, let's put him in the pressure cooker. There's no better time to arrive. Like, if you're in customer service, like I think a lot of weather people are in general, because weather's bad or they predict it on the wrong side and something turns out the other way, then you're now in the customer service business. Like, you have to somehow make amends on the air and talk people off the ledge. And so why not have Chris Tomer, 10 TV's brand new chief meteorologist in studio on a day where people are slipping and sliding. We've got semis jackknifing out there, and we throw you right in the frying pan, my man. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I was just driving in it, so I saw it firsthand. It's all my fault. This is what people like to say. I'm an easy target.
You brought this with you from Denver, huh?
Right.
Yeah, this is what you brought in from Denver. Thank you.
Exactly what my wife said. She said, you know what? We brought this with us.
So you're sick of the mountains and Grand Marnier and all that at the ski lodge. You decided, I'm done with it. I've done that enough.
I don't know if I'd say I was sick of it, but I tell you, those are pretty nice places to go and ski out there in Colorado. But, I was born and raised here. And when the opportunity came up, I said to my wife, I said, you know what? It would be really cool to go back there and finish my career in Central Ohio. And she said, all right, well, let's go do it. And she's a Colorado native. So, it really didn't take a whole lot of I didn't have to really convince her. She's just like, I can tell you want to do it. And so here we are.
Has she spent any time in Central Ohio?
A tiny bit. We went to a 20-year reunion. And so we kind of looked around town and she saw my friends and she made some friends instantly. And so I think at that point she was like, okay, I could do it.
So word on the street is, you mentioned, growing up here in Granville, that you were out there on the hardwood getting buckets. Talk to us about this basketball career you had.
Oh, man, this is a big thing here. I didn't realize so many people would be interested in this. Yeah, I played through high school, and then I was a practice player in college at Valparaiso. Okay. Now, I wasn't a great player. Even in high school, I was more of a utilitarian. I did a lot of rebounding, but, our team was stacked our senior year. We had a lot of great players. My good friend John Carrick was on the team. Scotty McMullen, who you might know that name.
The Granville Gunslinger.
Is that what his nickname
That's what
is?
I called him.
Okay, yeah. So, we had a lot of really talented people, and I was just more of a support player, although I did contribute in a number of ways, but really good memories. Okay. And when we went back, I went with Dom, and he set us up at center court, and we were just kind of reminiscing, and he's asking me what it was like to be here. And then all of a sudden, here comes my high school coach, Steve Petros, comes walking in. That's awesome. Walks onto the hardcourt, and we talked about, the way things were back in the day for probably half an hour.
Good. That's cool. So I'll ask you this. The challenges of, weather prediction is obviously a challenge for everybody, but the difference, like if Maddie and I, if suddenly he got a job, if we did the old swap, let's say you could trade people in this business, and our boss said to Maddie, hey, it's been great, but we just traded you to Denver. So now he'd have to be up to date on Denver athletics, Denver sports, pro sports and all that. And he'd have to jump in, Broncos, Nuggets, all that stuff. When a meteorologist switches geographic parts of the country, what is the challenge?
The big thing in Denver or in Colorado is the mountains. The mountains really control the weather out there. In Central Ohio, it's flat. It's largely flat here. And so if there's a storm system that hits Chicago and it's moving your way, it's going to look a lot like it is up there. It's basically just going to slide right in here. Now, the trick in Central Ohio is, how warm is it going to get? Everything seems to divide right along I-70 most of the time. It can be a challenge to get a big snow, which we just had. You have to have all the right ingredients in place, and you have to have a lot of cold air because it tends to warm up here really quick with these big storm systems. So you have to have it cold enough. All these little pieces have to come together. And then, of course, in the summertime, it's about severe weather.
So last Friday, our producer, Cole, he set an over-under at 15 and a half days as far as when the snow will officially be gone. We won't see any more snow. We have some warmer temperatures coming.
15
next
sounds
week.
low to me.
I mean, we're going higher than that. We're going over.
I took the over.
I took the under. Just trying to talk myself into it. But you think the snow will be around for, let's say, another 10, 11-ish days easy?
So we've got like a foot of snow out there right now. I mean, we've had, I think this is day 14 of having highs below freezing. That is really something. So it's locked into place.
Yeah.
I think we could go 40s next week for high temperatures. Now, that's not going to melt everything we've got out there. That's going to take days with sunshine to do that. I mean, I think it's going to be beyond 20 days.
Okay, that's awful to hear. Love you, but that's awful to hear.
We saw that Punxsutawney Phil is a shooting percentage of 35% on getting this right. You're a basketball player. What's your shooting percentage on getting the weather correct?
You know, it's higher than that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I'm not dunking on Phil, but I'm just telling you that, it's definitely above 80 to 90%.
Okay.
I do a lot of forecasting for people around the world who climb mountains.
Oh.
People call me from all over, Everest, K2, Denali, Aconcagua, and they call me in these serious situations, and I've been doing this for a long time. And so I've gotten quite good at sort of just getting the details right.
So walk us through the Mount Everest part of that and like the details you relay to people that do reach out to you about climbing that mountain. What information have you gathered about that challenge?
So they want to know when it's safe to go to the summit. Go to the summit and then come back down and go home to their family. And so my call is, okay, you go on the first when the winds are light enough at the summit and it's going to be dry. So they kind of sneak to the summit in that perfect little weather window, and then they come down. That's my big call, is to try to keep them safe.
Gotcha.
Well, there's good news and bad news there. The good news is if they come down, you were right. If they don't come down, they can't tell you that you were wrong.
That's true. No, and that's the real side of this.
Yeah.
You know, that's it happens all the time, right?
Did you see? Okay, so you brought up climbing.
Yeah.
We had this come up last week when Alex Hanold climbed Taipei, and we did a whole segment on it. I thought it was one of the greatest athletic achievements of all time, and climbing 101 stories outside a building with no ropes or nothing, just talc and grippy shoes. And no fear. And then somebody said, well, what about Mount Everest? And I said, well, Mount Everest above sea level, there's no comparison. Like lungs, heart, head, delirious stuff going on, weather that you deal with, like you just talked about. Where would you put what he did climbing Taipei, that skyscraper, versus climbing Mount Everest?
Well, the two are totally different. In fact, I remember reading when he said, the route I was actually looking at, or what people suggested up that building, was too easy. And he actually kind of shifted to the left a little bit to try a little harder route up that building. That's more technical climbing. What you do on Mount Everest is what's called big mountain climbing, where it's more of an endurance type of event. You're not like climbing rocks. There's a little bit of that, but it's mainly just one foot in front of the other. So the two are a little bit different, but they're both challenging because you've got extreme altitude on Mount Everest, 29,000 feet.
Right.
Some people can't do it physically, physiologically. They just can't do it. So the two are kind of different.
So the big snowstorm that we just had, comp that to how people would react in Denver, because here, for us, that's overwhelming.
Oh, I know.
But out there in Denver, they get that same amount of snow we got. How do they handle that?
Yeah, I remember growing up here, like a foot of snow is a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you'd get that maybe once every 4 years or something like that. Now, I'll tell you, in Denver, after having been there for about 25 years, you get about 4 of these storms every season. So whatever we got here, we'll do that 4 times every season.
Okay, so that's kind of the norm.
Yes,
a little bit for
it
them.
is.
Okay,
Doesn't mean the drivers are any better. It doesn't mean any of that stuff translates. It's a whole different thing.
But they look forward to seeing it more out there, I would think.
Oh,
it's just
big money.
Yeah.
It's like gold.
Right.
It's fun because it just sits up there in the hills, and, skiing is like this billion-dollar industry.
So we won't have lake effect here. We'll have it up in Lake Erie right there. So with this winter, and I may be throwing some at you don't know yet, where is this winter right now that we're experiencing in Ohio history? And you're from Ohio. Does this feel really bad? Because back in the 90s, we had temperatures of wind chills of 30, 40 below, it seemed like, for a long time.
Yeah, this is a big winter. There's no way around it. So 94 was really cold. We set a lot of low temperature records in 94, and we're definitely rivaling that in many cases. So a lot of the salespeople here said, give me an idea. Is this a bad winter? And I said, it absolutely is. If you had to put together a forecast or a plan and you said, build me the worst winter you could for Columbus, Ohio, this is what you would do. You'd have this big dip in the jet stream, which is this super highway of wind up in the atmosphere. And then that allows everything to kind of spill in here, like kids going down a slide at a playground. Everything just kind of spills right into central Ohio. What we're seeing now with these lobes coming in, this is exactly what you would expect in a bad winter.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any feel on what type of summer we're going to have at this point? When can you start honing in on those numbers? Because I think that will warm some people up literally right now.
Yeah, and I don't have an answer.
Okay.
I mean, we would probably start looking at, okay, are we going to see more severe weather than we typically would with thunderstorms and hail and all that? Just don't know the answer right now.
Okay.
So that what you're saying is the Farmer's Almanac is just BS.
Yes. We use that as a fire starter around here.
Chris Tomer with us, brand new chief meteorologist. We welcome back home the former Blue Ace himself from Granville. All right, there are 3 seasons, I've always said, in Ohio. Do you know what they are?
3 seasons. You've got the Buckeyes. You've got, what are the other 2?
You're close. You're right. Buckeyes and blizzards are the 2 things.
Okay.
You want to talk about white gold out in Denver?
Yeah.
Buckeyes and blizzards here for us. But I've always said the 3 seasons in Ohio are cold, wet, and hot. So learn it, know it, live it.
Cold, wet, and hot.
Yeah.
They're
wonderful.
One thing we don't have in Denver is a lot of humidity. And so coming back here, I know once we get to the summer, the warmer months, here comes the humidity.
Well, the mountains will always be there. You can always
they
go back
always
and
will.
check them out.
Yeah.
Chris, this was awesome, man. Welcome. Welcome
Thank
back
you.
home. I know we're happy to have you, and it sounds like you're going to have everybody situated pretty nicely.
Yeah,
And if not,
it's on me.
That's right.
We've got a great team here of meteorologists, and we're gonna keep you covered. We've got so many different talents on this team. Everybody's into something a little bit different, so I think you'll appreciate the variety.
My man, welcome back. We'll look forward to seeing you. You debut on Monday?
Yes.
Okay. Chris Tomer back home, and our chief meteorologist here at 10 TV. We'll come back with Pressure Cooker in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, let's get down to it. Kind of put Chris Tomer in the pressure cooker a little bit. He probably felt a little bit under the spotlight there.
I thought you were going, let's get down to business right there. Tiesto, I think that's the DJ's name. Am I saying that right?
Let's get down.
That's a hit. He's got a remix to that with Ty Dolla $ign. That's on the workout playlist, too.
I am going to do this a little bit of Super Bowl style, and I think I'm going to put it mostly on the Patriots and a couple players individually. We talked about him earlier. The Patriots' top defensive back is Christian Gonzalez. He's the best man cover guy they have. So here you go.
Here's the offensive player of the
That's
year.
right.
Have fun.
That's right. And now, the old phrase, you don't have to stop him, just contain him, I think exists here. But good luck finding him, right? Like, the Seahawks make JSN really tough to locate and even to double team, and I think they're going to have to. And the reason is, well, why is that so difficult? Because they move him around so damn much. And he's the only player in the playoffs to run at least 20 routes from out wide and 20 from the slot and 5 from the backfield. And so they do a really good job at making sure they get one of their best offensive guys available to them. And so now this is where it kind of gets in the weeds a little bit. Patriots do play a lot of man, and JSN ranks first in the league in more than 4 yards per route against man coverage. But he's so dominant in his passes over 10 yards. It's like 55% for him. Anything over 10 yards is going to him. And only one player in the NFL was even more than 40%, and that was Ted McMillan. So JSN commands massive attention, and I'm going to put it on Christian Gonzalez because you and I both believe he will be the main guy that has to contain him. And now, he might get some help from his defensive line and getting Darnold off his spot and maybe forcing that situation. Maybe they blitz Darnold more than they would think about blitzing somebody else to try to get him to make some mistakes. But I think Christian Gonzalez has to feel the pressure.
I think it's a really good call. You mentioned up front, maybe they can create some pressure with Milton Williams, was a big offseason signing for them.
Massive.
He's been a good player. Let me ask you this, AR. You're running the show in Seattle. John Schneider, I believe, is their GM. You comfortable with making JSN the fourth wide receiver to have $100 million total guaranteed? $100 million guaranteed after this year. You stamping that as the GM? Or I guess the owner.
He's played himself into that.
$100 million guaranteed?
Yeah. Is that a $40 million contract? Is that what you're... Because right now, Jamar Chase is the only guy making 40. Am I wrong?
And then you've got CD and your boy JJ are 34, 35 a year, but $100 million guaranteed. I would do it. How can you tell him no after this year, you know?
And he's doing it without a legendary quarterback.
And he's doing it without a dominant weapon opposite him, too. So I would do it.
I think he's thinking about taking them to the cleaners, and if they win it all, and dare I say, if Darnold has an average game passing yards, but JSN's the one getting in the end zone, and JSN wins MVP, then it's on. I would give him a lot of money, and he's that good.
Yeah, he is. He is. You're so right about taking him to the cleaners. I mean, this is the dream for an athlete. You got a contract extension, at the end of the year that's in play for you to negotiate, and you had this year. I mean, that's absolutely incredible timing from him. First candidate for me, I'm going up to the land. Newest Cleveland Cavalier, the beard, James Harden's on the pressure list. They got a game tomorrow. Don't know if he's playing or not, but if he is playing, he's got to go and continue what he's been doing all season long, because James Harden has been a borderline all-star, fourth in the NBA in assists. He still does get to the free throw line a lot, and I like that he can take some pressure off Donovan Mitchell, slow the game down just a bit. He gets to the free throw line 7 to 8 times per game, and we've seen him play with some really good guards and guys that need the rock a lot. So this should be a smooth-ish transition. It may take a couple games, but I think based off of Harden's history, playing with Chris Paul, playing with Kawhi, Kyrie Irving, Tyrese Maxey, and Philly, I think these guys can figure it out. The Cavs are 8-2 over their last 10 games. They're starting to climb a little bit in the standings in the East, and this is where we thought they would be. A lot of people thought it would be the Knicks and the Cavs as the 1 and 2 in whatever order in the Eastern Conference. But James Harden, I think there's just going to be a lot of pressure and obviously eyeballs on him to come in and play at a high level and not have a dip based off of where the Cavs are starting to go. So I'm putting the beard on the pressure list.
I'm going to actually put a guy in that you just mentioned because I'm going to stay with the Patriots. And the reason, because he's the highest paid player in Patriots history. And I'm going to go with Milton Williams.
Okay.
That's $104 million over 4 years. This is a great success story because he was a 2-star kid coming out of high school. And
that's crazy, yeah.
And the Eagles never made him an offer to return after he kind of wrecked Mahomes. And instead he joins Mike Verbal. And he has done a great job there. And so with Milton Williams, and I think he had did he have an ankle? I think he had an ankle issue.
Little tweak.
All right, so he missed 5 games with an ankle. And he just before coming back for the regular season finale, and then he's been an absolute force in the playoffs. And so he had the game icing sack against the Chargers. He added 4 pressures against the Broncos, which was the most they had in the game. And he was double teamed like 40% of the time, which is incredible. The defense for the Pats ranks 6th in pass rush win. Now, that's ESPN's metric if you get home in like 2.5 seconds or less. That leads to a pressure rate, of 41%. Without him, you know what their pressure rate goes to? 31%, 26th in the league.
Hey.
That's with or without him. So his impact, I would say, is as big as anyone in this game. And he's not a skill guy, and I know he's not a quarterback, but with their offense facing some tough teams like Houston and the Chargers and Denver, the Patriots defense is the one that's tightened up.
Yeah.
And I know he knows that people aren't picking them. So I'll put it on Milton Williams. The pressure to be who you are and to live up to every damn dollar they're paying you on Sunday.
Okay, I like it. Second candidate for me is a guy that's near and dear to my heart. But I didn't love what I saw floating around social media yesterday. My boy Elly De La Cruz down there in the Dominican Republic, riding around on I think it was a motorcycle or something. No helmet, just down there kicking it with his boys, riding around the streets of the DR. And it reminded me of the accident that Fernando Tatis Jr. had, where he suffered a broken wrist a few off seasons ago. Just riding around on a motorcycle. And the reason why I'm putting Elly on the pressure list is this man turned down over $200 million. And if you're going to go out and live that life, there's pressure on you, man, to stay healthy and obviously get back home and not have anything bad happen. So I can't imagine the Reds front office loves seeing that. I know as a Reds fan, I didn't love it. Look, go out, enjoy yourself, have fun in the offseason, do what you do. But at least give me a helmet while you're out there doing your thing with your boys. But regardless of that, now he's got to live up to what he thinks he is in his mind. In his mind, he probably thinks I'm a $350 million player, maybe even $400 million player. So, yeah, AR, that video was going around on social media last night. So I'm putting Elly on the pressure list. This is a huge year for him.
Story as old as time. The young, invincible man. It's rough. I rode a motorcycle in college. I always wanted to have one. And I remember my stepdad had one when we were growing up. And he would ride us around all the time. And he always said to me, all right, you can get one when you're 30. And I'm like, well, why do I have to wait till I'm 30? And he's like, because when you're 30, you'll probably realize you don't want one.
Yeah, I'm good on it. Yeah.
And he was right. I never have owned one, and I've always wanted to get one again. But, there are two kinds of riders, those that have gone down and those who are going down. And it's not a good, if you're not responsible, and it's not only you. I want to be very clear about that. They can't be seen a lot. And when I'm driving on the highway and the traffic gets stopped and they're zooming in and out of it, they're coming down the middle like that and doing that's when you're asking for trouble. A lot of times trouble finds them.
Yeah.
Because they're tough to see and you got to look out for them.
Some of these people out there hitting the wheelies and all that stuff. Well, it's crazy. Like Meek Mill and Philly and his boys is crazy.
That's when it's a donor cycle. Not a motorcycle anymore. That's not cool. All right, we're going to come back, Buckeye Bulletin, and we're going to get to the basketball team that handled their business last night, and now the big one coming Sunday. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Future therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hi, this is Max with Buckeye Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Love is in the air this month. I wanted to drop into your radio and say thank you. It's easy for our team to love what we do when we have the opportunity to serve the best communities a company could ask to be a part of. Thank you. And when you need us,
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Columbus, are you hungry? Well, it's a good thing Uber Eats has the best deals at all your favorite local restaurants. Like this great deal at El Vaquero. From now until March 31st, you can get a buy one, get one free quesadilla deal, all on the Uber Eats app. That's good for me, but I need to figure out what everybody else is going to eat. So next time you're craving a great meal, don't overthink it. Just get on the Uber Eats app and save big with a great deal. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free plus an extra 10% off from windownation.com.
All right, Buckeyes blow out the Terps last night on the road. Trap game not existing. I like the fact that Maryland hung in there early on. I think they got an and one on a 3, and then Ohio State just went off. Shot very well. They're now 7-5 in the conference, 15-7 overall. Let's get you the particulars on this game. 82-62, so a 20-point victory. And they did get a lot of dudes in double figures. So Tilly was in double figures. Bruce was in double figures. Mobley was in double figures. Chapman was in double figures. We talked about this. This is a game they should win. This is a game they needed. Stack a win. Have some good vibe coming home to play Michigan. Up 12 at the break. Pretty even in both halves. Both halves are actually probably even in a way. the way they were played points-wise.
They did a good job, too, AR, with points off turnovers last night. Like, the pesky defense they were playing and making Maryland pay. Like, I thought that was a really good thing that they did. And you brought up one guy that I think is starting to get more comfortable in his role and maybe getting some more minutes and some confidence coming from Coach Diebler, and that is Chapman. Like, you look at his last 3 games, he's gotten to double figures, 11 versus Penn State, 14 versus Wisconsin, and now Maryland. And so that's great to see, because we were questioning a few weeks ago, like, man, that starting 5, they're going to have to play a ton of minutes, right? And the guys that are coming off the bench, are they really ready for whatever role that Coach Diebler has for them, has planned for them? And I just enjoy watching some of the offensive things that he has done. So hopefully that can continue, because that would be big as we get into, middle of February and into March and into tournament time.
It's a good point, and you can count on him now. His minutes are going up. He's played a couple road games now, which is nice, and he's getting some good experience. So he's been in, he's 17 minutes, 20 minutes. He's been in that area of the floor.
It's ramping up.
Yep. What did Coach Deebs have to say, TLC, about the victory?
You got a toothpick in right now?
I do.
Oh.
He was well, you mentioned
UL toothpick.
You mentioned Chapman. He actually got ejected late in the game, so let's hear Diebler on that.
Yeah, I thought he did some really good things. 10 points, 3 assists. We'll watch that and learn from it. Composure's critical in this league. You face a lot of adversity. We'll go back, and I haven't seen the clip yet, so I don't know everything that happened. But, guys did a good job getting between it and calming things down out there.
No, that was, I think feelings were hurt a little bit. It was a pretty big lead at the end of the game, and, Ohio State's trying to play out the string. Maryland's still playing, and it's
a little emotional stuff going on. I will say this, though. Every time I see Buzz Williams, AR, I'm like, I respect the dude's drip. I like that he goes out there and he not the full suit, right? But he's going with the vest and the tie. Like, I like the attire. You rarely see that anymore. A lot of these coaches are going quarter zip and the whole staff, and those look good, too. But every time I see Buzz Williams, I get a tip of the cap that he, he doesn't mess around with the dress game. I like that. It's a good look.
My friends were very thrilled with Tilly's performance. Here is Jake Diebler talking about him.
I tell you what, he played a really poised game. I thought his defense, his activity defensively was really good. We were able to he was able to anchor us offensively with when they were shifting defenses and things. Our guys really did a great job embracing. We talked about this need to be a high assist game, and we had 4 guys with at least 3 assists. So really, really proud of the way we played on that side.
No, it does seem to be the case that Tilly feasts on
smaller teams,
the impoverished opponents, and then comes up pretty what?
I know it's
Siren.
I think Siren.
Really? Impoverished.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
on,
well,
man.
it may
okay.
Impoverished.
Yeah, I know it's a bit
like
impoverished.
So my rule on this usually, and it's kind of changed, is that if less than 50% of the people know what it means,
we'll never be able to pull anybody.
But I think that impoverished would be over 50%.
I think it's got to be a word that is rarely used.
Okay.
One that you feel like you reached deep down into the vocabulary to get.
I don't know if a lot of people have that in their bag on the regular. Impoverished.
I agree with that.
All right. And then
it was good.
Then it qualifies.
It was good.
I seriously didn't think anything of it. And if you didn't say that, I wouldn't have even been thinking like, man, I just got away with the big word alert. I wouldn't have even been thinking that.
I liked it, though. I liked it.
But Tilly, to bring it back, Tilly does seem to be, beating up on the little guy. And then when they play a tougher opponent, the fans seem to be fear. I was at one game. I forget who the opponent was.
Where he had a bad game?
There was a game where the fans sitting behind me, because I'm on the back of, so it would have been a home game, obviously, but I'm in the back row of press row, and the fans behind me are just giving it to Tilly the entire game. And then the Buckeyes lose, and maybe it was the Nebraska game, because it felt like a close loss where that would have happened.
That probably sounds right. Listen, I think the example you just gave is a good one. He had a horrible game at Wisconsin. They're bigger. And he took it. Yeah, he 0 for 8 from the field. Yeah. So, but I like the fact that he was active. Remember, he had an injury he came back from, and he's going to be a big part of what they need going forward. So let's give it to him a good game. Now, the question is, and I thought he played, here's the good news, he played good against Michigan on the road. So I think he's got a little feel like he really laid an egg against Wisconsin.
He did. He literally. Yeah, he really did. And look, I think that the big position for Buckeye fans right now over the last, especially couple years, has been maybe some frustration, right? When you bring in the two guys last year that were supposed to be big-time guys and Bradshaw and that crew, and that didn't really work out. And you look at Tilly as another 7-footer, and when you have the inconsistent play, especially if it was the game that you're talking about, against a big-time opponent at the time in Nebraska at home, you just want to see those guys deliver. But if this is going to be a trampoline for him and confidence into this next game, as you mentioned, against Michigan AR on Sunday, then that's what you want, because he already has a feel of, hey, I had some success against those guys already before, and I'm coming off a good game. And so he just got to get in there and get on the boards. It's been a while since he's had double-digit rebounds in a game, so I love to see him get that up along with the offense as well, because if he can create those second-chance opportunities, then obviously that'll be a good thing for the offense.
He was viewed as the best big man in the portal, and he was viewed as a guy that was going to fit what they needed. So I'm with you. I think his stats are about similar. His points are a little up. His rebounds are a little up than when he was playing at Santa Clara. So it's a nice bounce-back game for him mentally and physically, and let's see what he does against Michigan, because we know what they bring to the table.
There's a dude at Charlotte who I've only seen 30 seconds of a highlight video of him on Twitter. I'm telling you, Ohio State has to get this guy in the portal.
Oh, okay. Let your brother know.
Yeah, I'll let my brother know. He's my insider.
Right.
But
doesn't play for the Hornets, you're saying?
No.
Okay.
Although that's
Knibble, can they get him?
That's if he wants to come back, it's probably legal now. They could probably find a way.
That is true. That is.
But there's a dude from Charlotte who is just mean, angry, and fierce, and attacks the rim down low.
I like it.
And the criticism of Tilly is that he's soft, and so
this dude's a big guy.
Yeah. It's like some 7'2" dude or something.
What do you got it? Are you looking them up?
I'm looking. I'm checking the roster.
I don't even know. I'm almost positive.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Anton Bonk.
Anton
Bonky.
Bonk or Bunk?
Bonk. B-O-N-K-E.
By the way, Bunk would be a good.
That's Bonk.
Big word alert.
He's giving you 10 and 8 right
7-2.
That take is Bunk.
7-2, 260.
He's averaging.
Spent a season at Providence.
He is averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks a game.
I'm starting the campaign.
TLC's guy.
I'm sure the competition will be stiff because it's not like these other schools wouldn't have heard of him. I saw 30 seconds of a highlight video on X, and I'm like, this guy.
Why is he available?
I don't think he is.
I
He just wants
You're
Diebler
saying to go tamper with the roster and okay.
Tamper.
All right, that's
tampering happens.
Yeah, I was just going to say he really didn't care. I was like, wait a minute.
Screw it. You know?
I don't even know if he has eligibility left. He might not.
He's a junior.
Okay.
He's a junior.
1 year. Jake Diebler, go study that Charlotte tape.
Sure, he's got time.
Yeah, exactly. He's got Michigan coming Sunday, but he'll go with Anton Bunk. We'll see how much money it's going to take. We'll come back. Top of the hour, prop, fizz. We've got the best bets and the fun bets for Super Sunday. We'll lay them out next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy. Moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. There are a lot of reasons that we should be working to get healthier and happier in our lives, but one of the unexpected benefits of losing weight, my wife no longer elbows me in the ribs at 2 a.m. I didn't realize how bad the snoring had gotten until it's gotten better. And that's the kind of change I'd hoped to achieve when I lost 35 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss. 35 pounds down in just 6 weeks and officially under 200 pounds for the first time in 25 years. That number still feels fake when I say it out loud, but it's real. And what's just as real is how good everything else feels. There are no joint flare-ups. I'm moving around a lot better and never feels like a chore. I'm aware of when things feel wrong, and I'm also aware when things feel right. Thanks to my Awaken 180 coach, Mandy, I've learned how to eat, how to adjust, and now I'm heading into maintenance with a plan. That's what Awaken 180 really does. It teaches you how to keep going once the weight is gone. Free support for life with the solution for weight loss. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, it's Anthony. So I was recently asked how I've been doing in my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. And I paused and I said, you know what? Pretty darn good. Because it reminded me what I was dealing with a couple years ago. My personal journey. I had plantar fasciitis, that horrible heel pain. If I was on my feet for a while, my lower back would be on fire. And now, honestly, none of that. 0 issues with my feet since I started wearing them. I have my Good Feet arch supports in every day. I feel supported. I feel aligned. And now that I feel better, it's made all the difference. I want to work out more. I want to go out more. Just be more active. I'm telling you, over the last couple of years, my health, my energy, my quality of life has all been affected in a really positive way. They've really helped me keep the pain away. The guys ask me all the time, do I really have them in today? Yes, I do, and I'll take my shoes off upon request to show you. Go take the free test walk. The Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway and Stringtown Road in Grove City. Get started at goodfeet.com.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. Valentine's Day is about getting it right. When it comes to jewelry, you don't guess, you go to Diamond Seller. Nearly 80 years of trusted experts, luxury collections, and no pressure. Guy to guy, they make it easy. This Valentine's Day, shop Diamond Seller, Sawmill Road, Easton, or diamondseller.com.
Did you know that Tansky Sawmill Toyota has a Toyota certified collision center? They only use Toyota factory parts, and the cars are put back together by Toyota trained technicians. Don't trust just anyone to keep your Toyota a Toyota. In the unfortunate case of an accident, bring your Toyota to Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit TanskyAutobody.com to schedule an appointment, or visit them today. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think Tansky.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Isaiah Jacob. In NFL coaching news, Jim Schwartz has resigned as the Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator after he missed out on his bid to be the head coach. The Browns announced their search for a new DC begins today. Last night, the NFL awards recognized LA Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford as the NFL's MVP. He beat out Patriots quarterback Drake May by 1 vote. During his acceptance speech, Stafford announced he will be returning for 1 more season. 2 Browns received awards last night. Myles Garrett won his 2nd Defensive Player of the Year award, and linebacker Carson Schlesinger won Defensive Rookie of the Year. For the former Buckeyes, wide receiver Jackson Smith and Jigba is the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, and Mike Vrabel was awarded Coach of the Year. In college hoops, OSU got the win last night against Maryland, 82-62. The Buckeyes play Michigan on Sunday at 1. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
And that's what happens when you put the wrong number in.
I wasn't paying attention. What happened?
You know what? Just keep going.
No.
No. You keep going.
I was actually just reading some. I was reading some of the biggest wagers that are going on for Super Bowl 60.
You know how he was holding you and I accountable about all the receipts for your betting and all that.
Yeah.
No, hold yourself accountable. What just happened?
What happened was this was supposed to play.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right.
We'll do pre-snap reads next segment.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Well, it wasn't something that crazy. You just had him out of order.
Man.
Yeah, I just had him out of order.
You're out of order. He's out of order. The whole place is out of order. Biggest Super Bowl wagers right now. There's been a $2 million bet on the New England Patriots. That's at Caesars.
By who, Drake?
I don't know.
Drake's usually doing crazy stuff like that.
Now, the winner, if you win that, you're doubling up because they're 2-1.
$4 million?
Yep, $4 million. And there was, so the good news for a lot of these places is they get it on both sides because there's a $1 million bet on the Seahawks on the money line. Now, you bet the Seahawks on the money line, that's minus, let's see what they are at Bet 365. Like minus 230 or something like that. So that means you'd make $430,000 profit on that, risking $1 million. So there are big bets out there, and there will be. It's the most bet on game ever. The coin toss is always one of those that I've never bet on. Like I just never have. It's probably a great chance.
Want to change that?
Like I don't know. I mean. If I go Eli Manning, heads never fails. That might work. A bettor at Caesars in Iowa wagered $100,000 on tails, which is the largest bet to date on a coin toss at a Super Bowl. Tails, if you want to play the trend, there have been 59 Super Bowls. Tails has won 31-28.
Okay, so pretty even bout right now between heads
which
and
you
tails.
would think it would be.
Correct.
Like, I don't know. I mean, wouldn't it have been odd if it was like,
dramatically
like that
one way or the
coin
other?
seems weighted.
Correct.
Wrong.
Yeah.
The first seven-figure wager did come in on Seattle. And this is a Florida attorney who wagered $1 million on the Seahawks just to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the beautiful part about this is that the bet will benefit pediatric cancer research. He came up with the idea as a way of leveraging America's love of sports betting to support a good cause. So let's hope he wins.
Okay. I like that.
So he'll donate his winnings from the wager to a children's hospital. The Hard Rock bet did not move the line, though, after the wager and told Yahoo that the sportsbook has about 70% of the handle on the money line on Seattle. So as you said, the public's all over Seattle, and at least on the money line. Now, laying 4.5, that's a whole different question. We'll get to our predictions at the end. My instincts originally were to bet Seattle and lay the money, but I've got actually a couple of nice conservative bets I'll tell you about in pre-snap here. But the spread has kind of remained unchanged. It opened right away at 3.5. It was bet up to 4.5, and now there's been a little movement. And a lot of the sports books, and most of them, are staying right there on the total. The total that's a low over-under at 45.5. So they know about the defenses and all that. We've seen some long shot wagers come in on the Patriots and like I told you about. But the other interesting one I saw here was Super Bowl MVP Ramondre Stevenson to win the Super Bowl MVP at 28-1. He's catching a lot of passes. So the key will be they got to win. That's number one.
Yeah.
And he's got to get in the end zone a couple times. He's not winning it with just 80 yards and a victory. He's got to score.
For sure. And I would be a little worried, too, about Travion as well and him taking some food off his plate in some form or fashion because Travion's a explosive playmaker, as we know, too. And so I really don't have a bunch of confidence in betting anything offensively on New England's side of things right now.
The Travion thing would be a little bit of a upset in my mind based on him getting 3 carries in the Denver game. But he did get some carries in against Houston, and he did get some against the Chargers, but that came way down in the close game against Denver where I thought maybe he'd be featured a little more.
That snow globe that they were playing,
Yeah,
was
like I
crazy.
thought. Now, let me see what so Ramondre in the Denver game had 25 carries. Like he became the guy in that game. And then in Houston, he had 16, and Chargers, he had 10. So he's been ramping up as the playoffs been going, and Trayvon's actually gone the other way.
Yeah, I don't think I would vote on any New England Patriot to win Super Bowl MVP other than Drake May. Like
I feel
because that Diggs, I don't think's popping off for a 10 for $120 and 2 or anything crazy like that. Hunter Henry, no. Like Butte had that great catch against Houston, that one-handed end zone catch he had. But yeah, I'm having a tough time seeing it, man.
I'm with you.
Like if New England got beyond 17 points, I think I would be really surprised in this game. I really would.
That wouldn't be a bad bet to just bet their team total under 17.5 or under 17. The other ones that are kind of interesting would be, will there be a 2-point conversion in the game? An attempt, not even a conversion.
Oh, what's the value on that on either side? Yes or no?
No is the favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah, I find that very interesting.
What's the exact juice on it?
Minus 140 on a no.
Wow.
So it's kind of an overwhelming favorite.
Let me run this one by you because I've been having some fun looking at this one over at Bet365, one of these Super Bowl specials. And again, there's so many of them for you to tap into. But the first touchdown type for this game, Super Bowl 60, the favorite on the board right now is a passing touchdown at minus 160, but a rushing touchdown at plus 155. I'm kind of into that.
So the reason it would be that way in my mind is that both these defenses are very good against the run. They might stiffen up in the red zone inside the 10. It's not easy to just jam it for a touchdown, and I feel like that's why.
That the passing value is at minus 160.
Passing value would be much better because running it in, unless you hit a home run or somebody takes one in from 18 yards out, once you get inside the 5, it gets bogged down, especially with these defenses.
I'm going to do a little sprinkle on that,
action.
I'm going to do a little sprinkle on that plus 155.
Maybe you can be fortunate and someone can get to the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Or the 2-yard line, yeah.
New England marches down and Drake May does some magic with his legs. Because I don't think Sam Darnold's going to be doing a bunch of that, but there's more of an opportunity there with Drake May and his rushing ability.
Yeah, Darnold is the very popular MVP pick. That the offense is now, from a volume standpoint, it's concentrated on pretty much, we know, JSN and K9. And so trying to get a non-quarterback MVP is difficult. But remember, we're living in an era where we're thinking in the Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes kind of situation. We don't have that this time around.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the kind of time maybe you sprinkle on a little bit of a non-quarterback to win the MVP. That's why the odds are the way they are, but it's tough. I'm not going to deny that it would be tough.
You know what's interesting to me?
Maybe a defensive guy for...
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, is like for Seattle, because I think they're winning the game, a defensive player to bet on to be Super Bowl MVP. But I think that would require the game to be somewhere in the ballpark of 13 to 10, something like that.
So you got to bet on one thing. You either bet on the Seahawks pass rush to wreck the game, or you bet on a Seahawk in the secondary to be a benefit of the pass rush by Seattle. And their front is more of a group of, they don't have a real headliner. Like, I think they have a very good group. And so I was looking at Byron Murphy II here at 150 to 1. Because if you think about the matchup, the Patriots' weakest areas on their offensive line are the center and the right guard. And Murphy he could have a spike in this game. So if it ends up being an under the way you're talking about, and it could, it opens the door for a defensive player to win MVP. It would be rare. What we need is a 16-10 game. We need a low-scoring game where a defensive guy scores. Like, that's what we need, and then he's the MVP.
I agree, and it's been impressive how you mentioned that defensive line, how they pieced that thing together. A couple of the crafty vets they brought in with DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams. These guys have been around for a little bit. The one question about Seattle is how healthy is Nick Amanwari, right? Because of the report out of practice this week that he tweaked his ankle. It sounds like he is going to go, but will he be at full tilt in the game? And so New England, obviously, if you're Josh McDaniels in the offense, you're testing that, right? You're going after him to see how well that ankle can hold up. So that's something to monitor on the back end of the Seattle defense is Nick Amanwari. And then also, too, like last time we saw Tariq Woolen, it wasn't a great showing for him. No. And so if I'm Josh McDaniels, I think I want to hit the gas a little bit and maybe make them show early on that they're locked in.
So the other one I mentioned earlier on that might be, and this is either if a mistake happens, then you get messed up here. But the under 22.5 in the first half, I actually do like. I think it's a first quarter. It's a feeling out thing. And back to my original point about the early fourth downs. Will these coaches really? I think more. Let's punt it away. I have a defense. Let's stay in the game. Because if New England makes an early 4th and 1 and they don't get it, you cannot chase. New England cannot chase.
They're not built for that.
So
offense.
I don't think they would do that.
No.
So, and you talked about that run-heavy Seahawks offense. And I think we could get a grind of a game in the first half. I might be leaning under 22.5 first half.
I'm seeing the vision on that. Yeah, I'm rolling with you.
All right, we'll come back, and another shot is a certain receiver done with his quarterback. You'll hear it next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Never have I been so excited to get a whiff of sweaty jock straps. It's Football Friday.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Yay, football, the fan.
Chronic pain can feel like it's never going to end. But at QC Kinetics here in Columbus, there is a new treatment providing rapid relief. It's called stem wave therapy.
It has fundamentally changed the way I look at cases after 30 years in practice. So when we talk about regenerative medicine, we're talking about these types of devices.
Dr. Tony DeCesaro, one of the nation's authorities on stem wave therapy.
So basically, it's a healing machine. They cause the body to help to heal by increasing blood flow.
This is more than treatment. It's hope.
So this device being a healing device, when I talk to my patients about it, I tell them it's diagnostic and therapeutic. We're going to find out today if it's right for you.
Right now, you can try your first treatment for just $49 and see if stem wave is the right option for you. Only $49, with many patients reporting relief within the next day.
It's about giving hope.
QC Kinetics. Harness the power of stem wave and get relief now. Call for your consultation here in Columbus. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT. Kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Black history is American history, and this Black History Month, the Ohio Education Association believes every student deserves the right to learn the full story of the nation we share. I'm OEA President Jeff Wensing. In 33 years as a teacher, I've seen how honest, inclusive education helps students become critical thinkers and engaged citizens. This Black History Month, stand with the Ohio Education Association as we stand up for our students' freedom to learn.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
CLE QB reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. Bishop and Friends.
This next statement I'm going to make, I'm sure, meant something way different 20 years ago, but your Florida State Twins jumped in the portal.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Snow is likely in the early afternoon, becoming a little bit more scattered throughout the day. Temperatures right around the freezing mark, and breezy winds will be possible. Could see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches as we go into tonight. The gusty winds will bring our feels like down below zero, so it will be a very frigid Saturday. Feels like we'll still be below zero throughout the day with gusty winds. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on The Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Bet365 time. It's time to lock in, and we've been mentioning some of the cool stuff happening at Bet365, the Super Bowl specials. Not only do they have those, they've got Daily Boost, Super Boost as well. If you're a new customer, they have a great deal waiting on deck for you to take advantage of as well. The deal is, you bet $5 after that, you're getting $200 in bonus bets, whether you win or lose. So go ahead and take that $200, turn it into something bigger and better when you bet on money lines, totals, player props, or spreads. All right, let's attack first touchdown. Well, here are my conservative ones. You want a couple conservative bets that I'm doing, it's just even money, right? Yeah. Maddie's going to, just throw down a cool G on this. And, Seahawks -2.5, so tease it down under the key number. And tease it up to play it down on the total, 53.5 under. So Seahawks -2.5, under 53.5 total is even money. Okay. The other one, if you want to play the other side or play them both, which I probably will, and then hope to win both, is tease the Pats up to 10.5 and play it under 48.5. So play the Pats more points, and that's plus 115. So if I make both those bets, I could very much win both those bets if we go under 48.5. Now, remember, the total is 45.5, so I'm teasing it up a little bit and protecting myself if there's another field goal. But those are the two I like. The other one, I like that too. I can rock with that. Is the first touchdown of the game, which I love. I mean, it's fun. And in a game like this, it may be a lot of fun because it may not happen for a little while. You may not, you may let this linger a little bit. So I'm not going to play the favorites. That's no fun. So if I'm going to play a Seahawk, I'm probably, if you really want to go crazy, you could go with I'm not going to go with Bobo again. Bobo's, I think he's played his surprise card already. He's 50-1 to score the game's first touchdown. So if it happens, you heard it here first. But I would say George Halani at 25-1, and the one I like is AJ Barner. AJ Barner at 14-1 to score the game's first touchdown.
Where's Shaheed at?
Shaheed's at 20-1, and I like that as well.
Okay. I'm looking at some of these futures they have over there at Bet365. And on the Patriots side of things, the tab is labeled to record a reception on the first New England Patriots drive. And both Hunter Henry and Stephon Diggs have juice at plus 120. I'm going to bet Stephon Diggs to make that happen on the first drive. I think they're going to try to get him involved early and often. So give me Stephon Diggs plus 120 to record a reception on the first New England Patriots drive. I think both of those are pretty good because those are their guys, and Hunter Henry and Diggs. But I'll roll with Stephon Diggs. You got anything else, or you good?
I mean, we could definitely go down the list. I think you have to ask yourself who is going to score first, and the odds say it will be Seattle. They'll score the game's first touchdown.
JSN.
Well, JSN is 5.5-1. And if we do believe that it's going to be a pass, I don't think I would bet Cooper Kupp, and I don't think I would go.
What's Cooper Kupp's value, though?
On first touchdown or anytime touchdown?
Anytime.
Plus 260.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. We want to save the Gatorade stuff? Because I got that too.
No, say it. What is it?
All right. So the color of the first Gatorade poured on the winning coach. The leader in the clubhouse right now is yellow/lime or green. Mm-hmm. That's at plus 220. After that, you get orange at plus 300. Blue follows that at plus 310, and then a pretty steep fall off. Purple plus 600, red/pink plus 900, along with water or clear at plus 900. I'm going blue.
Because you think the Seahawks are going to win? It's one of their colors? Because you could go.
Well, New England's got a little blue in theirs too, you know. A little bit of that navy-ish
covered on
blue.
both?
Yeah, I'm going plus 310 for blue.
I'm going to go the yellow, lime, green.
Okay.
What are the odds on that?
Yellow, lime, green AR is plus 220.
Give me that.
Okay. All right, I got you. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
You know, I took Jefferson off the hook a little bit, that he was still somewhat backing his guy and just talking about a tough season for the Vikes. But then they fire their general manager, and now the insulation, I think, is gone. Like, I think the GM being there and being involved in the J.J. McCarthy pick and all that, I think that gave some insulation. And now that he's gone, I feel like the gloves are off. And so where was this, TLC? Where did JJ say this?
First things first.
When I say JJ, I mean Justin Jefferson.
First things first.
Okay. Oh, sorry, let's hear it.
Oh, there we go. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Last week on the show had a kind of impromptu who's the best receiver in the league conversation. And I said each of the last 3 years I would have said it's Justin Jefferson. But right now I feel like JSN and Puka have grabbed the pole position there. So I'm asking you, do you think I'm wrong? Do you think you're still the best receiver in the league? All right, tell me why.
I mean, how I'm not. I mean, you know, a lot of people base it off of the quarterback play and, you know, just different things that really go into, you know, my position. Obviously, I got to, you know, rely on and I got to depend on a lot of people in order for me to get that ball. So, you know, if I don't have, you know, an elite quarterback that's throwing me the ball the entire year, then it's a little bit difficult to be in those conversations. Having a young quarterback that's still learning the game and still learning his potential in this league, you know, you kind of have those difficult seasons, which I had this past year. So I still think that I'm still number one. I still think that no one in this league can cover me man to man. That's without a doubt. So, you know, my confidence level will always be high, and I always will feel that I'm number one in my eyes.
Did you take that as a slight to McCarthy or no? I didn't have an elite guy throwing me the ball?
He circled back around and I think said some truthful things, right? About when you have a young guy, you know, you're going to struggle a little bit. It wasn't as bad as I think the headline was that I read earlier, honestly. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's a glowing endorsement of J.J. McCarthy, but it wasn't that bad in my ears.
It deserved a follow-up. Honestly, I think what he said was okay because J.J. McCarthy played 10 games, and he's been injured, and it has affected him. And it's affected in availability is a skill, and he didn't have it. And he is learning on the fly. I think the follow-up to Justin Jefferson would have been a direct fastball up and in.
Okay.
Do you feel you have an elite quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd find out his faith in him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because I'm okay with what he said this year. Hey, I was a 1,000-yard wide receiver with Carson Wentz, Max Brosmer, and an often injured J.J. McCarthy. Like, if you want to fault me for that, that I didn't have enough yards in your mind, then that's fine. But I think, you know, our offense struggled, and I still caught 84 catches. Like, I had a season. And
what were the touchdowns? Did he get
2?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I don't want to put him in a lose-lose, though, because if he says the exact opposite and says, Man, I no, I'm not the number one quarterback because I'm not the number one receiver because I have an elite quarterback and I didn't do a good enough job with an elite quarterback. Everyone would be saying, why in the hell are you calling J.J. McCarthy an elite quarterback? So he didn't say anything inaccurate. The only thing that looked like it was passing the buck was that he spent the entire time talking about the quarterback position. But as far as like his analysis, he didn't say anything that anybody would disagree with.
No, I mean, he could have said the offensive line was inconsistent. Our quarterbacks weren't protected. He could have protected the quarterback a little more than he did.
But you don't want to throw your other guys under the bus either, right? By calling out the offensive line. So it's a hard thing to do.
But
I
think
really
he could have
is.
done it from a health standpoint.
No, I know, but I just think when you are put in those positions,
he's in a
it's
tough
hard
spot
to please everybody. I don't know if there's a perfect answer.
He's watching his former quarterback play in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
A guy from last year.
Yeah, and he also watched Daniel Jones play well until he got hurt this year, too. That was in that building. And so, no doubt, there has to be some frustration there, but you still hear the confidence in him, and I still believe he's that dude. Right, I still believe like he's in that top 2, top 3, and if there's any safe floor up there in Minnesota in quarterback play, he's going to ball out as he's done since he came into the league.
I thought you were going to say that was the requisite follow-up was, so I guess Sam Darnold's elite.
Yeah, and what was proven, I think, last year or this year was that he's really not matchup proof. Like to a point he is. I'll be honest, I traded for him in fantasy thinking I was going to buy low and that he had a schedule because I liked his schedule.
You're thinking like GMs, Roth.
Yeah, the Dallas game was coming up, and it never worked.
I think he's matchup proof with a quarterback that's good enough because I think Sam Darnold showed us that last year.
I think if Wentz would have stayed healthy, that trade would have paid off.
You guys are in on Wentz, huh?
I feel like this is part of how GMs think. I think this way in fantasy. I imagine in reality it works somewhat similar.
Because
I agree.
Here's the difference in what you got
I
from
agree with myself.
Darnold and J.J. McCarthy. You mentioned the numbers for this year with J.J. and a couple other guys, 1,000 for 2 touchdowns. With Darnold, it was 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. So you're matchup proof with a guy like that. With a guy like when you have that much of a drop-off.
More of a veteran quarterback.
When you have that much of a drop-off, you're going to be up against it.
All right, Mike Tanier with the 2 Deep Zone up next. Who's he picking and why? You'll find out in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING. Social Security is for everybody, but for too long, not everybody got everything they earned. Public servants and retirees worked hard for decades, but saw their guaranteed benefits reduced. That's why Congressman Mike Carey stepped up, passing the Social Security Fairness Act to protect benefits for millions of Americans. Thanks to Congressman Carey, Social Security benefits increased for teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other first responders in certain states, better serving the hardworking men and women who tirelessly serve us. And for those not nearing retirement, Congressman Carey passed the Working Families Tax Cut, the largest tax relief bill in the United States history. Congressman Carey delivered no taxes on tips or overtime, increased the child tax credit, and passed thousands in tax relief for Ohio seniors. Find out more about how Mike Carey gets you everything you earned at carey.house.gov. Paid for with official funds from the Office of Mike Carey.
Is 2026 the year you achieve your health goals? The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on moneyline, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
There's nothing like ripping off your pants and enjoying some lobster bisque. This is Rothman and Ice.
He's our friend Mike Tanier of the 2 Deep Zone, and he's here to tell us who's going to win and why. Am I correct? What is your confidence meter, my friend?
I don't have a confidence meter. It broke in like 2007.
All
So
right.
I will give you a score prediction, but I would advise you to take it with as much as you would take it from the guy at the bar or at the water cooler next to you.
All right. Well, at least you didn't say whatever I say, do the opposite. Now that would be that because that's how I feel sometimes. All right. So you're not overly confident either way. The public seems to be. The public seems to say Seattle's the more complete team. May is not 100%. Their offense is not that great. Seattle can cook a little bit in a lot of different ways, and they can win this game in a lot of different ways. So I'll ask it this way. Where is your confidence that Sam Darnold will not turn into a pumpkin on Sunday?
Oh, gosh, the way you phrase it makes it hard to say. I'm not that confident, but I'm more confident than I would have been, say, in September or even 3 weeks ago, because we've seen Sam Darnold, come up big in that Rams game and do what he needed to do in so many other big games. So I don't think the story of this game is will he or won't he for Sam Darnold. It's more a matter of those things you discussed, the completeness of the Seattle Seahawks, their ability to win the game so many different ways. Is that sufficient, or is this a possibility where you're going to see the explosiveness of Drake May, the explosiveness of the offense, the defense we've seen in the last couple weeks of the New England Patriots? Are those things emergent? Are they better than we thought they might have been, say, 6 or 7 weeks ago?
We've been talking about this game throughout the show, Mike, and I think both of us are kind of questioning where New England can carve out a clean-ish offensive path, right, to get to X amount of points or whatever that is in your mind. When you look at that operation for New England at the moment, do you feel like they have enough playmakers to get after this Seattle defense?
Yeah, the playmakers they have are absolutely explosive. Travion Henderson, absolutely explosive. Diggs when he feels like it, yes, absolutely. But Butte, when he makes those plays, he makes them. They're not super consistent, but when they hit, it's 50, 60 yarders. It's like a jackpot. It's the lottery. So it's a matter of saying they need all of those guys to have that kind of game, because I feel like they need 2 or 3 or 4 explosive plays, whether it's from somebody like Henderson, whether it's manufactured by May driving and dishing the ball to somebody we're not even talking about. They need that, because I don't think that the Patriots are built to have station-to-station football methodically against this outstanding top-to-bottom defense and say, oh, they're going to drive the length of the field. They're going to get to 24 points, 26 points, whatever that way. You need to get there with a couple of big chunks.
Yeah, and I'm with you. And I also think on the other side, if Seattle doesn't gift points to New England, then they should be in pretty good shape. You guys talked about the offense in New England, and it's going to be a challenge. I would lean New England staying in the game for 4 quarters if I felt their offensive line was a big strength of their team. But against this defense, I don't see it. Like, they're the first team to start multiple rookies on an O-line in a Super Bowl. And against this defense, a defense that gets pressure with only 4, it seems like a bad recipe unless Drake May uses his legs the way he's used them and Seattle doesn't spy him enough and he can hurt him that way. Where's your confidence in May right now, coming off the shoulder and having the willingness to do everything it's going to take on Sunday?
Just as my confidence in Darnold has gotten a little better over the last 4 weeks, the confidence in May has gone down. Part of that is the offensive line. Part of it is an offensive line that looked great blocking the Dolphins and Jets. And looked like a very different offensive line blocking the Texans and Broncos. And the Seahawks are much closer to those last 2 teams than the first 2 teams. Part of it is May himself. We might be having a different conversation if all the times he fumbled in the playoffs, somebody else didn't pounce on it, a teammate didn't pounce on it. We might be having a different conversation if the interception he threw at the beginning of the game at his own goal line against the Chargers had not netted 0 Chargers points. There are all these times in the playoffs where May was almost the weak link on the team for the Patriots. Now, I think he has a bright future. I think he's an outstanding player. Runner-up MVP, sure, that makes sense. He easily could have won that. I need to see him early in this game look confident. And it can't be scrambling. I'm sure he'll get 1 or 2 plays scrambling. It's got to be methodical. It's got to be early downs. It's got to be the things that a veteran quarterback, let's say, has to be able to manufacture offense against a defense like that.
Mike, want to zoom out from the Super Bowl for a moment here and just bring you into Ohio because some interesting news came out of Cleveland's building today. Yes. Jim Schwartz hitting them with his resignation, right, and not wanting to be around that organization anymore. Your thoughts on the process that led to this and how big of a blow this is for, you think, Todd Monken and the Browns defense?
It's funny because you said, what do you think of Todd Monken? It's like, I like him. He's a very good offensive mind. He's a veteran coach. He's been around. You asked me what I think of the process, and the process was garbage. The process was absolute garbage. They strung Schwartz along. I believe Schwartz believed many times along the way he was the front runner. And then at the last second, it was a little bit of a bait and switch on his part. Obviously, it's a job that some people just didn't want. There should have been better communication along the way among all parties. So Schwartz is well within his rights. I think it's a blow to the Browns. I think it's a blow to Monken. I think it's a little bit of an indictment on him, so to speak, that he wasn't able to, massage this situation. And, it's always one step forward, two step back for the Browns. And this feels like another example of that.
I mentioned earlier in the program, Mike, that the Browns could have pulled the Buffalo Bills, and in order to save Schwartz, they could have promoted him to head coach to avoid that, and like the Bills did with Joe Brady, because they probably didn't want to lose him, and that's why they did it. Now, we put a poll out today to our listeners and Browns fans, and it came back pretty heavily on the no, that they didn't want to promote Jim Schwartz just to avoid losing him. So that tends to me, and when you have a great player like Myles Garrett, sometimes, no matter how good you are as a coach, you're going to get they have Myles Garrett. Anybody could coach that defense to be that good. I think Jim's very good, but it did not lean that way today for our listeners, that they feel bad. They didn't want to lose Jim Schwartz, but promoting him to keep him was not on their radar.
Yeah, you see, promoting Schwartz is kind of admitting that, for the next year or two, it's all about trying to sort the quarterback situation and the Deshaun situation and the salary cap situation and the offensive line situation. Promoting Schwartz is a punt to a degree. It's like, we're not going to be able to compete for a year or two. We're giving the older defensive coach a reward while we settle this out. Maybe the 30-year-old offensive coordinator we bring in winds up being the next big thing. I can imagine fans not wanting to hear that, wanting to hear, no, there's a solution out there somewhere. The thing is, from a reality standpoint, that might not have been a bad move. Schwartz comes in, the defense plays hard, they sort the cap out, maybe somebody emerges. Now you're at a situation where Monken's in here. He's the new regime. He's trying to bring in a new defensive coordinator. He's trying to fix the offense, and you're not sure if the defense takes a step back and if guys like Garrett are disgruntled by this, and it just adds another complication to an already complicated situation.
So we've got some new faces and new places when it comes to head coaches in the NFL. What has been the best head coaching hire in your eyes, Mike?
There are a couple of them. You lost Stefanski there. Stefanski goes down to Atlanta. I think he's a good coach who ran out of things to say to the guys. Things fall apart on offense, and, you're saddled with this giant salary cap issue, and you can't solve it, and things kind of snowball on you. I think he was a pretty good hire. Like Jesse Minter in Baltimore, comes in sort of a younger, fresher voice, does some of the things that Harbaugh used to do, but might be a little bit less set in his ways, could give them the same kind of turnaround that Vrabel just gave the Patriots, in that I know the old system, I know how the old system's supposed to be, but I'm going to bring a fresh take on it that guys like Lamar Jackson could respond to.
All right, my man. I know you weren't confident, but you got to have a lean here on Sunday.
Seattle Seahawks 26, New England Patriots 17. One of those Seahawks games where they kind of just iced it out in the fourth quarter because they've kind of just beaten the opponent down.
All right. I actually like that call, and we'll be looking at it and charting it for you, my man. Thanks for jumping on. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game.
You got it. Take care and enjoy the game.
Mike Tenier, 2 Deep Zone on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Seahawks have won 9 straight, including the playoffs. That's the longest active streak. And I know that stat's been thrown around about Darnold being 0-4 in his career against the Pats, but it's we know where he's been and how tough it would be to beat them anyway. So it's I've got a score in my mind. We'll give them next, but it's one of those that I have I've tried to balance this all day about I really do think the Seahawks are going to win, and I'm not afraid that the public's on that side too. It's the points. If I believe it's a low-scoring game, 4.5 is a decent amount of points to have.
No, it is. It is. And, I was just thinking about both head coaches in this, right? And kind of the shoes you have to fill with these brands, right? Pete Carroll gets Seattle to the top of the mountain. Obviously, Belichick did that a whole bunch of times, and now one of these guys is going to get their team back to the promised land and kind of ease the minds of, their fan base, and especially for Mike McDonald. Like, he didn't have this proven track record the way Braves did, right, in Tennessee, where they were doing some good things. So if he can get this thing done, the amount of love he's going to get out there from the 12s is going to be through the roof. And Braves got a cool opportunity to join an elite club, right, as, coaches that have won a Super Bowl as a player and a coach. That's Ditka, Tony Dungy, Tom Flores, and Doug Peterson. So that's a short list, and the former Buckeye could join that come Sunday evening.
The one part that concerns me, and I mentioned earlier, is the trend of Super Bowl favorites that have been favored by 4 or more have not been good. They're 1-10. They don't cover. The last 3 haven't even won outright.
I feel like you're going to have them New England covering this.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
Okay.
That the underdog has won each of the past 3 Super Bowls and has covered in each of the past 5.
Okay.
That's a trend. And then the other thing I go to real quickly is this was one of the most improbable Super Bowls. It really is. This is the first time, this is the first since at least the late 70s when both teams have entered the season at least 60-1 to win it all.
That's insane.
All right?
It's crazy.
Here we are. We'll do our predictions next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or 2 of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at Tri-State Men's Health. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations in the area to serve you in Hilliard and Westerville.
Hey, everybody, it's Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. There are a lot of reasons that we should be working to get healthier and happier in our lives, but one of the unexpected benefits of losing weight, my wife no longer elbows me in the ribs at 2 a.m. I didn't realize how bad the snoring had gotten until it's gotten better. And that's the kind of change I'd hope to achieve when I lost 35 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss. 35 pounds down in just 6 weeks and officially under 200 pounds for the first time in 25 years. That number still feels fake when I say it out loud, but it's real. And what's just as real is how good everything else feels. There are no joint flare-ups. I'm moving around a lot better and never feels like a chore. I'm aware of when things feel wrong, and I'm also aware when things feel right. Thanks to my Awaken 180 coach, Mandy, I've learned how to eat, how to adjust, and now I'm heading into maintenance with a plan. That's what Awaken 180 really does. It teaches you how to keep going once the weight is gone. Free support for life with the solution for weight loss. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone.
Where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, it's time for the super picks before TLC takes us home.
I feel like you're going to need a lot more time than I will, because I think you're a little bit just on the cover it.
Yeah, that's right.
Seattle 24-13.
Okay.
I'm going Seattle 24-13.
I like that too. I like the fact you're leaning into they're the better team. They should win, and if they do win, it's not going to be close. AFC teams are 8-3 against the spread in the past 11 Super Bowls, but I don't like those stats because, like I said, this was the most improbable Super Bowl. We don't have Mahomes, we don't have Burrow, we don't have Lamar, we don't have those guys.
Jalen Hurts, none of them. Yeah.
The one thing I keep coming back to, and I am rooting for him, is Darnold, because when he isn't pressured, he's been great. Now, Coach Vrabel is going to dial up some stuff. And when Darnold's under pressure, his completion rate drops to 50%. And his yards per attempt really drops. New England blitzes a lot, and they do limit explosive plays, which will force Darnold into what I just talked about. And I need him to be patient like he was against the Rams. The Patriots also get sacked a lot, and that's probably goes to your prediction, which is they can't keep May upright. He's been sacked 15 times in the postseason. He's now got a bad wing, not a bad wing going in, but if he gets sacked early, that's a problem. And so I've been right there. I had written down 24-17 Seattle, which is a cover. And I'm going to change it to 24-20.
Sneaky. You're sneaky.
Cover that part of it. That also gets me the under.
Yeah.
And that also allows me to win those 2 bets from earlier, no problem.
Okay.
But TLC, where are you?
I got Seattle 28, New England 19.
So he's got him covered.
A 19er.
Yeah, so it's going to
get into 19.
We're going to have Seattle up 28-13, so they're up by 15 points. The Patriots are going to score a touchdown and go for 2 the first time and miss it.
Here we go.
That's pretty funny. Okay, I'll get. You know what? That's not bad.
Oh,
let me give you one.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
So we're 3 for 3 Seattle.
We are.
Okay. Shout out to my boy Jalen. He's a huge Seahawks fan, so I know he is nervous. He's already seen one.
Yeah.
He should have saw 2. You know, they got to get that corrected.
So unlikely. I'm not saying he's on house money because he's playing New England. He figures
they're the better team.
They're the better team. So if you're a favorite,
yeah. But that one AR that they lost, he's still not over it, and I don't blame him because they were at the doorstep of winning another one, and we know what happened with Malcolm Butler.
Second down, no timeouts. So I understand why Russell couldn't take a sack, but you got to RPO that. I don't love a slant. I mean, I've seen the stuff they've been putting around Belichick, the genius, and coming over the top, Butler, and how
they scouted that play
and they
out.
Scouted
they
it.
did.
I give them a lot of credit for it.
Yeah,
the pass was The route was okay. I think the receiver, who was the receiver again?
It wasn't Doug Baldwin. It wasn't one of their.
Was it Jermaine Kearse?
Maybe. I don't know if that was it. But to your point, AR, Malcolm Butler, he said, like, when I was trained that week, you just plant and go. Just get your foot in the ground and go there. So it was great scouting by them, but they just overthought it because Marshawn Lynch rips off a nice run to get them in that situation.
I think it was Lockett.
That sounds right, AR.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, you got to give that ball to beast mode until that just doesn't work to me.
Now that I go back and look at it, 24 seconds left, 2nd and goal, beast mode went all the way down the field. Yeah. I agree. Like, everyone thought he'd get the ball again. When that ball leaves Russ's hands, he's open.
It's a great play by Butler.
It's a touchdown.
It really is.
The pass was a little high, a little bit, and Lockett never saw that T-bone coming. Like, he never saw it. And it was a bang-bang play, and
Butler just
maybe 8 out of 10 times that ball's incomplete.
Probably.
And you get a 3rd down, and you get 2 more downs.
Yeah.
The fact that he picked it is unbelievable.
And again, that speaks to, because we brought up the other day, like how you can be Tom Brady and have a Super Bowl that's 13-3.
Yeah.
You get credit, obviously, for winning the Super Bowl when a player, your teammate makes a play like that. You know what I mean? You just have to, sometimes luck is just on your side, no matter how great or good you are.
No doubt. All right, what do you have to take us home with?
All right, so yesterday was National Meteorologist Day. So
so we were late, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the question is,
day late and $1 short.
Exactly.
So to celebrate National Meteorologist Day, the question is, once you've already gotten out of your car, how bad does your park job have to be in order for you to get back in the car and fix it?
If I'm touching the paint, if I'm touching the lines, I'm not going to be that guy. I'll correct it. I got to be in the, little spot there.
Yeah, this is one I don't like. If I feel like I'm not straight enough or whatever, and mostly it's selfish because I wouldn't want to get dinged or, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I want to, because if you're that guy and you're on an angle,
they're out there,
and you're getting out of the car and then you're kind of eyeing it, is it good enough or not? And you're like, nah, I'm going. Like, you get what you get. I'm one of those, I don't really care if it's, maybe not even cold. Like if it's absolutely pouring or something, that would be even different. But yeah, I'm one of those if I don't feel like I'm equidistant to the other situation.
Fire it off. Fire it off.
Hey, let's crank it up so you can hear it.
The best part of that whole thing for the people that weren't watching on YouTube was AR's eyes kind of started lighting up as he was saying the word because he knew what he was walking into.
I was walking right into it.
That was good.
And it's always a fun question to ask on a day like today. Will you stay in Central Ohio after you retire?
It's a loaded question.
I'm asking you on an inclement weather day as well.
You retire.
This is for Maddie?
Either or.
Get me out of here, huh? I don't think I will be staying here, but that hopefully is a long ways away. Retirement for me.
Boy, permanent.
Man, asking that at the end of the show.
That's a rough one. That's a permanent. You're walking into that
right there.
Doesn't feel like it. My bad.
No, it's a great question. It is a great
question, which means that we are just about out of time.
No, it's a really good question.
But like today.
That's a good topic. Hey, before we go, you miss anything from our show, you can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. Type in Rothman Ice, everything we do. We'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod. Bet365 represents the podcast. Joshua Perry in for Timmy Hall. They'll take you to 6 o'clock. We'll talk to you Monday.
You know what? I'll answer that question. I think I will, and I'll get a security job here.
Oh. With the blicky,
and then I'll be Brundon, and I'll just roam the grounds, and then I'll be like the greeter at Walmart or something. That'll be what I'll do.
I like it.
All right, enjoy the weekend. Be safe. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Look up most popular baby names in 1984. Brundon.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning June